ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ponds Forge and the British Swimming Summer Championships 2018.
A light is ready to shine throughout Glasgow and Scotland once again. Hopes and dreams sealed and shattered in a single breath. Be there when new European champions are crowned.
Our thanks go to sponsors and partners, without whom this event would not be possible. Funding partner, UK Sport. Official partner, TIER. Official timekeeper, Swiss Timing. Official suppliers, Lumi. SOS Group. Endorsed product, Sports Systems. Host city, marketing Sheffield and Sheffield International venues.
Welcome to poolside, the referees and their team of technical officials. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your referees, Tom Baster and Andrew McRoberts. Your starters for this morning's session are Kevin Patterson and Victor Guerra. And your technical director, David Metcalf. Officials, you may be seated. So everyone's ready here, and the swimmers, of course, most importantly, getting ready now to kick off the action here with the women's multi-class 100-metre freestyle, and it's heat number 1.
Unfortunately, just a little pause at the start of this morning's session. There you can see 5 names up on the board. We're going to get Beth Johnson, Mercy Bancroft, Sarah Maluli, Tony Shaw and Abby Kane in a few moments. Grandad says happy birthday to Maisie Summers-Newton, who swims in the next heat. So thank you from Grandad. And that message passed on to us from Maria as well. So happy birthday to Maisie Summers-Newton, who swims in the very next heat. Any more messages like that? Hashtag SummerChamps18.
You're on.
So as I said, 5 swimmers getting us underway in this first of 2 heats in the women's multi-classification 100-metre freestyle heats. Once again, if you've not seen multi-class swimming before, all of these athletes are classified based on their impairments. Those numbers just before their team names on the screen denote what classification they are within. Abby Kane, for instance, is an S13 swimmer. She swims from Norvegia in 6th. 5, Tony Shaw for Aberdeen is an S9. The rest are all S10 swimmers. Zara Maluli of Guildford, Mercy Bancroft of Oxford, Beth Johnston of Best. You score points, not just your time. This is based on points. Your time closest to the world record within your classification. The closer you get to that world record time, the more points you score. Score the most points in your heat, and you're the winner of your heat. It's very, very simple, really. Here in 4, Zara Maluli, 103.82. He's the current British record holder, so was expected to do well against the other 3 S10 swimmers in this one, but doesn't get the most points, and that's what makes multi-class swimming very, very interesting. Tony Shaw of Aberdeen, 105.34 for the youngster. So Shaw wins heat 1, 8.10. Zara Maluli in 2nd position. Katie Lister says, good luck this morning to Sassy. Love from the Avocado Club. No idea what's going on there. I'm just reading them out. That's what it says. Good luck, Natasha Utley and Lucy Grattan of Bassett Law as well. That comes in from Jan Johnston. Good morning if you're watching on the stream too.
as we get ready now for heat number 2. There we go with heat 2 of 2 here. And in lane 0 from Hoddesdon, Grace Harvey, S6 swimmer. There are 3 S6 swimmers in the pool, both on the other side though. Lane 8 and 9, Ellen Robinson and Maisie Summers-Newton respectively. And we have S9 swimmer Hope Gordon going in lane 1. 4 S10 swimmers, Harriet Dickinson in 2, Sophie Pascoe in 4, Coral Farrell in 6, Bob Whiston in 7. Alice Ty goes in lane 5 in the S8 category. She's the only one going in that classification, and she's the world record holder as well. Set earlier this year at the British Para-International Championships. 896 then for Sophie Pascoe, 101.38 the time for the S10 swimmer. 931 though for Alice Ty, no real surprise, 106.27. A few seconds outside of her world record there. And 860 as well for Grace Harvey in lane 0. That gets her in 3rd position ahead of Eleanor Robinson. Some really competitive scores. 5 over 800 there. But Alice Ty, the best of them, 931. It just shows how much of a strong contingent we've got right now in British para swimming. And there's still going to be more to come later on in that women's 100 metre freestyle, but we now move on very shortly to the men.
Just before we do that, I have to say, over 5, getting over 800 points, that's really, really impressive for morning swims. So well done to all of those that managed that. Mia says, good luck to Basildon and Phoenix in the relays today. Keep those tweets coming. Hashtag Summer Champs. Here comes the men's event.
And first is heat number 1.
There we go, the first of 2 heats of the men's 100 freestyle now. Jacob Leach of Cockermouth goes in lane 2, S9 and Callum Pearson. 2 S10 swimmers in this one of Hastings in 3, Harry Wellington of Salisbury is 13, swimmer in 4, Carnegie's Oliver Carter is the other S10 swimmer in 5, S9's Team Ipswich Ryan Crouch, and then an S8 swimmer is one Joseph Craig, City of Sunderland, who's a very, very talented swimmer. Racing through into the final 5 metres then in lane number 4, Callum Wellington of Salisbury. He will touch in 57.58. Keep your eyes on this time in 7. Craig getting 694, so 7.52 from Ryan Crouch was the best of the lot here. The Team Ipswich swimmer doing a 59.57 to get those points.
we go with heat number 2. And this will be the last for now of the multi-class events, kicking off this third day of action in the Still City for the British Swimming Summer Championships 2018. Of course, a lot of these swimmers obviously won't be going to Dublin necessarily next year, but they'll definitely be eyeing up the future championships on the horizon in the coming years. And also, of course, the Grand Prix, if you like, now that our swimmers get at the first half of the season, going all around the world, the likes of Indianapolis, here in Sheffield, also Sao Paulo, Berlin. There's a lot of experience on offer at a very high competitive level, and you have been able to see the improvement in some of our top swimmers so far since the introduction of that last year. Stephen Clegg, one of them in lane 4 for Sydney Sunderland. Big name on the para circuit, 769 he gets in terms of points, but that's beaten pretty quickly by Lewis White in lane 5, 826. Now we'll be looking to the outer lanes, in particular the two S6 swimmers who will be coming in shortly. Leo McRae in lane 0 and William Perry in 9. 659 for McRae, so Perry won't beat that on 549 nevertheless. So it's those down the centre getting the high scores that time, the highest of them, 826 for Lewis White, comfortably winning that heat. We have the confirmation of those results up on the scoreboard for you there now. You see a couple of seconds separating Lewis White in first and Jonathan Booth in third, the two S9 swimmers, and that equates to a difference of around 74 multi-class points. Stephen Clegg in between them in second spot.
A lot of members of the British Swimming para-swimming coaching team up in the stands, all watching on. They're led by Chris Ferber. If only he chose a football team better than he chose his swimmers, but there you go. Let's move on.
And away we go now with the women's 200 metre butterfly, heat 1. So off we go then with the women's 200 metre butterfly. And the 5 swimmers taking part in this. Eliza Pinkstone of Stockport Metro in 2. Katie Shanahan of City of Glasgow in 3. Barbara of Kirklees in 4. Chloe Hurst. Caitlin Fry from Mount Kelly in 5. And lastly, to Coventry's Amy Hood in lane 6. Mix of age groups taking part in this one. Now this must be quite an impressive record here at the British Championships for a swim-off already being confirmed.
That can't have happened already.
What are we, 13 minutes into the morning session? So can we please have a coach representative from Best and North Ayrshire, please, to the timing suite. Best and North Ayrshire. At this rate, we might not get a break in between the end of the morning session and the 1500s, and we will need it. So hopefully that train will be booked pretty soon.
Well, you say we need it. We don't really. We really sit here and talk.
True. There's me feeling sorry for myself again. Right, let's have a look at the action in the pool. Still pretty much a flat line, particularly between 4 of the swimmers at the moment. Just slightly, just in front. 6, Amy Hood. So Coventry, and turning with 50 minutes to go. In fact, she's third. Chloe Hurst marginally in front of her, as is Katie Shanahan as well. An intriguing one, this. 4 of the swimmers are in the 13-14 year category, the exception being Chloe Hurst in lane 4. So she's really swimming at a race of her own in terms of the times. The time will not be weighed up against any of the other swimmers in this heat. However, still an incentive to push on and get that quickest time. It looks like she'll definitely be first or second in this, unless there's another strong push from Amy Hood in lane 6. Certainly in 3, Katie Shanahan is up there as well, and they come. Chloe Hurst 2:26.71. Hood does get second, 2:26.93, just squirming in front of Katie Shanahan there, 2:27.07. And Pinkstone and Fry very close to one another. Chloe Hurst with a PB, winning that there in Heat 1. We're now ready for Heat 2.
Moving on to the second heat of these women's 200 butterfly races. Got 12 heats of these altogether. Emily Turner, City of Leeds, is in lane 0. Millie Checkley of Birmingham in 1. Amy Farthing, Sevenoaks, is in 2. Katie Hammond on the City of Cambridge in 3. Kaireen Kelly, Stirling Swim in 4. Ella Cooper, City of Leeds in 5. Lauren Patterson, Vren 96, goes in lane 6. Beatrice Clover, Stockport Metro in 7. Kimberly Burston of Oldham Aquatics. I may have said something else yesterday. Oldham Aquatics in 8. And Millie Balding, Borough of Kirklees, goes in lane number 9. Here they come towards halfway there. In 4, looking comfortable, is Kaireen Kelly. Kaireen has a personal best of 2:19.83, which is much faster than the entry time, you would see. Time from Kaireen was done last July, so obviously entered with a much slower time of 2:25.98. Graham Kilpatrick just says, good luck to beat from the Kilpatricks, hashtag Summer Champs 18. If you are watching on the live stream this morning, just drop us a message, say hello. Where are you watching from? Who are you? Who are you watching? Hashtag Summer Champs 18. Myself and Jono waiting to hear from you. Here, we're waiting for Kaireen Kelly to do the inevitable, and that's to win this second heat. And again, it's all about the time improvements for everybody at this sort of stage of these heats, and having a touch in for Kelly. 2:21.89. Patterson on 2:25.60. That's a personal best. Millie Checkley, 2:25.90. It's also a personal best, so good swims all around.
Confirmation of those results on the scoreboard up next, Heat 3. Straight in then to Heat 3. Without further ado, lane 0 from Carnegie, Morgan Lister. One from Loughborough University, making a good early start. Rita Robertson. Cecily Paul Freeman of Harrogate is in 2. Lane 3 from Nova Centurion, Emma Erskine. Rachel Grant, North Ayrshire, goes in 4. Representing Kingston upon Hull in 5 is Amy Corcoran. Faye Rogers of Borough of Stockton lines up in 6. In 7, Alida Cattery of Newcastle. From Lincoln in 8, Lauren Woods, and Olivia Lee from Chalfont is in 9. Well, starting with a good start from Amrita Robertson in lane 1 and coming towards the halfway point. It's not letting up just yet. We've got a rusty start from a couple of those down the centre. Just maybe a ploy to save it for a strong second 100, but if they're going to kick themselves into life, it's going to have to be now, because there's some decent swims either side of them. And 7 as well, Olivia Cattery of Newcastle in the 14-year category, of which there are 2 other swimmers in this heat, Emma Erskine in 3 and Olivia Lee in lane 9. Still quite a few in that age group as well on the way, so a good opportunity to set the early pace in that respect. Lane 6, Faye Rogers of Borough Stockton is now beginning to emerge, and she's really got some good energy about the way she's attacking this swim. Lane 5, Amy Corcoran may be the one in front here on the final turn. Indeed she is as well. Amrita Robertson has dropped into 3rd position momentarily. Faye Rogers leapfrogging her into 2nd, and also Olivia Cattery, as I mentioned, in 7th, is still up there knocking on the door. But that was a really good turn from Amrita Robertson in lane 1, and with 25 metres to go, she may have a possible chance here of catching up Amy Corcoran. We'll wait and find out with great interest. Corcoran in the younger category, and Amrita Robertson, one of the seniors here in the stages of the heats. Corcoran in the 16-year category will lead them home, and the whole pool as well. 2:22.79 the time for the Kingston upon Hull swimmer. Big improvement on the entry, but from her. 2nd position, Amrita Robertson then of Loughborough, and Faye Rogers in 3rd. Confirmation of those results on the scoreboard. This is Heat 4.
Tia Ward of York City gets us underway here in lane 0. Tilly Hanson-Hamilton of Guildford in 1. Ella Chow of Bournemouth in 2. Holly White to the Liverpool in 3. Molly Wright, Noah Centurion in 4. Millie Emmons, City of Cambridge in 5. Kate Forster, Southport in 6. Sarah Keegan, City of Cambridge in 7. Sophie Murray, Barnet Copthall in 8. And Rose Foden goes for Bath University in lane number 9. Right in the central lanes. Lane number 4 has a personal best of 2:24.33. She's only 6/100ths of a second quicker than her actual entry time here, but going really, really well in lane number 3 here. This is Holly White on Liverpool. Personal best 2:21.20. Another that's got a personal best much quicker than her entry time. And certainly Liverpool's White heading off much quicker than the rest. So one final turn at the diving board end. Just starting to get closed down a little after that turn, but Holly just hanging on through the red markers that match her cap in the City of Liverpool team. 15 to go. Good battle for second in terms of positions between Keegan and Foden. And there's the touch. Well, normally Liverpool is red or blue, but now it's Holly White. And there's the confirmed results. We can move on to Heat 5.
We're at the halfway point of these heats now. In lane 0 from Borough of Stockton is Melody Jones. From the west of Stockport Metro is in 1. Martha Bradley from City of Leeds in 2. Olivia Heron from Stockport Metro goes in lane number 3. In 4 from Mid Sussex, Charlotte Johnson. It's Freya Colbert from Noah Centurion in 5. Lane 6 from City of Birmingham, Erin Davies. Rebecca Howell of Basildon and Phoenix in 7. In 8 from Doncaster Darts, Molly Chambers. And Brianna Knoll of Plymouth Leander is in lane number 9. Really see some of the contenders now in the 14-year category that you'd expect to be back in the final tonight. Likes of Heron in lane 3, Colbert in 5. A couple of others just in the outer lanes as well. We'll try and be knocking on the door. And some heavy knocking in lane 9 from Oriana Knoll. It has to be said from Plymouth Leander. The turn through second, just in third spot actually on that turn there. Jones as well on their side in lane 0, putting in a good shift, the Borough of Stockton swimmer. Leading the way in 4 is Charlotte Johnson of Mid Sussex. There's some good retaliations on that 50 there, including the likes of Molly Chambers in lane 8 from Doncaster Darts, and she's gone up from 10th now to 5th. Also Olivia Heron in lane 3, Amy West has joined the party in lane 1, Melody Jones still anchoring the top 3 in lane 0. Charlotte Johnson's lead is evaporating rapidly, 25 minutes to go. And the momentum just seems to be with Amy West of Stockport Metro, who is firmly heading on her way to getting the fastest time in this heat. Is Amy West. We said it was a talented pool, the 13 to 14-year-old swimmers. Amy West, one of them, and she is number 1 of them in this heat as well. 2:22.48 is the winning time. A couple of seconds knocked off the entry there for her. Second, Charlotte Johnson of Mid Sussex, who did well to beat the remainder of the traffic that were coming in towards the top, including Olivia Heron, who settles for 3rd. Up next is Heat 6. Underway now, and in lane 0 from City of Bristol is Olivia Butler, and 1 from Winchester, Luna Morley, 2 from Grantham, Abigail Farkas, 3 from York City, Ella Fisher, Yorkshire rival Sophie Barker from City of Sheffield in 4, in 5 from South Ayrshire, only 13, 14-year-old swimmer in this, Lucy Grieve. Natasha Utley of Bassetlaw is in 6. In 7 from Wickham District, Eleanor Cowan. Lauren Brantley of Camden Swiss Cottage in 8, and Brighton's Maisie Thornton is in 9. Well, that pair in lanes 7 and 8 there, Eleanor Cowan of Wickham District and Lauren Brantley of Camden Swiss Cottage, both in the same age category, 16-year-olds. Better turn that'll be made by Cowan in the green cap in lane 7, and you've got the flat 4 down the middle Gunning in 3, Ella Fisher 4, Sophie Barker, Lucy Grieve 5, and Natasha Utley in 6. Pretty square onto one another right now, but as I say, that Natasha Utley just needs to be separating herself from them. Really, the competition is between those on the far side in lanes 6 and 7. Cowan in lane 7, turning first for the final 50. Utley in second position. Sophie Barker in lane 4, currently in third spot, but also wanting to join them. Lauren Brantley in 8, and Olivia Butler as well, seemingly going unnoticed at one bit in lane 0, but silently plotting her way towards the top. However, that's going to be very difficult indeed, because Eleanor Cowan is really timing this one to perfection into the final 10 metres, and she does have a bit of clear distance now between her and the rest of the pool, but the rest of the pool indeed will be tight. This is going to yield some very positive scores for these swimmers. Even if they won't get the position they would have liked, the times, but really being dragged to be as good as they possibly could be. 2:21.25 for Eleanor Cowan winning that one. Utley second, Barker in third. But as I say, some very tight scores in that heat. Up next is heat 7. As we venture onwards in the heats, and we get a mixed bag of ages, and you epitomised by the lineup in this one, which consists of Yasmin Perry in lane 0 from Aberdeen, in 1 from City of Leeds, Rebecca Clines, Rebecca Waterclub of Newcastle in 2, 3 from Loughborough University, Kate Mills, Victoria Adams of Plymouth Leander in 4, in 5 from Aberdeen, Anya Slesser, Isabel Hume from Northampton in 6, Sarah Klavaska of Hatfield in 7, Gabby Melbourne-Smith of Warrington in 8, and Poppy Richardson from City of Peterborough is in lane number 9. Turning first, Kate Mills in lane 3 from Loughborough University. Yasmin Perry, a million miles behind her, around half a second to be exact. Rebecca Clines tucking herself in lane 1, pretty close to her. So is Rebecca Twaterclub in lane 2. All in pursuit, though, of Kate Mills, and Poppy Richardson in lane 9. Just going about her work right now, quietly, and certainly with a brisk pace through the water, coming towards that final turn. And the final set of splits, should I say, are as follows. Kate Mills in first, Twaterclub second, and Rebecca Clines in third. It's a battle right now between lanes 3, 2 and 1. Who will finish in those positions? Poppy Richardson currently in 5th there. Ahead of her was Victoria Adams in lane 4. You have to say, the way it's looking now, it's going to be Victoria Adams who will be the closest rival to Kate Mills. Bit of a procession for Mills, but she can't let it be like that as she comes through. It's all about the times. That is what's going to get her into the final rather than finishing first in this heat, but it's a good time, isn't it? 2:19.25 when you compare it with the rest of the pool. Victoria Adams on 2:21.48, and in third, Yasmin Perry in lane 0. DQ to bring you as well in lane number 8 as we get confirmation of heat 7, and we're ready now for heat number 8. Here in lane 0 from City of Leeds is Victoria Gnant. In 1 from Barnet Copthall, Joe Hobsley. Lily Scotchbrook of City of Leicester is in 2. Yvonne Brown from East Kilbride in 3. 4 from North Lincolnshire is Holly Williams. Katie Taylor goes for Hearts of Midlothian in 5. 6 from Northampton, Betsy Wizard. Ella Bainbridge of North Lincolnshire in 7. In 8 is Nofio Cluid's Eleanor Morgan. And we're at Pate of Cossacks in 9. Oh, Eleanor Morgan of Nofio Cluid has got the bit between her teeth, hasn't she, in lane 8? A strong first half. Now goes the turn. Pick it up there from where she left off as she goes into the second half of this. Katie Taylor in lane 5 is looking menacing and spelling a bit of trouble for Eleanor Morgan right now. Morgan in the younger age category, the 16-year-olds. Katie Taylor turning 18 this year, seeing her in one of the more high categories, 17 to 18-year-old. Turn being made now by her in first spot. 50 metres to go. Yvonne Brown now joining the party in lane 3. She's in second. Joe Hobsley of Barnet Copthall as well. This is good from her. She's in the 14-year category. There aren't many of those remaining in the latter stages of these heats. In fact, there's only one more to come, and that is Sophie Freeman in heat 10. So a good chance of Joe Hobsley being back tonight in the final if she carries on swimming in this vein. Yvonne Brown in lane 3 of East Kilbride behind Katie Taylor right now, but we knew that was going to be the case with around 50 minutes to go. Taylor making that look pretty comfortable towards the back end of it. 2:19.04. Strong from Katie Taylor this morning. Joe Hobsley then getting second, 2:20.28. She'll be happy with that. And Yvonne Brown finishing third for East Kilbride. We'll wait confirmation of those results, and as if by magic they appear on the scoreboard now. We are ready for heat 9. The big 1-0 here in terms of the heats of this women's 200 fly. Heat 9 well underway. The City of Peterborough's Mia Leach in 0. In 1 from Edinburgh, Tara Haworth. In 2 from City of Glasgow is Serena Guaram. In 3 from City of Birmingham is Alicia Stevenson. India Birch of City of Cardiff goes in 4 alongside South Wales rival Abigail Burr from Swansea. In 6 from Mount Kelly, Emily Haynes. Newcastle's Krista Wilson in 7. Crawley's Abby Jackson in 8, and from East Kilbride in 9, Nikki Miller. Mia Leach, lane 0 from City of Peterborough. Building some strong foundations going into the second half of this heat. Just to her left-hand side, you'll see Tara Haworth of Edinburgh University in the black and red cap, linking similar inroads, and in lane 5, trying to pull herself apart from the rest of the pool, Abigail Burr of Swansea Aquatics in the golden lane. Oldest swimmer in the pool in that senior category, of course. Only Tara Haworth in lane 1 is in the senior category as well in this heat. At the minute, looks like they could be your top 2, but Mia Leach was the one trying to disrupt that from happening. In the 16-year category, one of 3 swimmers in that bracket in heat 9. And she looks like she'll imagine herself in the top bracket of this heat. Good late resurgence in lane 9 from Nikki Miller of East Kilbride as well on the far side, and also in lane 2, Serena Iyaguaram has managed to overtake, it seems, Tara Harworth on the inside, but in lane 5 Abigail Berg comes through unscathed on 2:19.1. Second indeed does go to Serena Iyaguaram, who ignited herself into life there on the back 50. Mia Leach gets third for City of Peterborough. Confirmation of heat 9 there on the screen. It's heat number 10 next.
Away we go in heat 10, City of Bristol in lane 0 with Jessica Podger, Brighton College of Zara Lelio in lane 1, Riley Hall, City of Sheffield in 2, Maisie Elliott to Leicester in 3, Tane Bruce of Edinburgh University goes in lane number 4, in 5 Isabel Spindley, Stockport Metro, 6 is Caitlin Hubbard of City of Birmingham, Sophie Freeman Colchester in 7, Shannon Stott of Hatfield is in 8, and Ella Johnson from Southport goes in lane number 9. Podger on the near side, personal best 2:19.19. That's the entry time we have for her here. On the other side, Ella Johnson of Southport. Personal best is a 2:18.66 down in Manchester back in November of last year. Tane Bruce, it is turning second in 4, just behind at the turn from Isabel Spindley, but it is Bruce that has gone back to the front. Tane's best time is 2:11.16 done this year. Lady alongside her, Isabel Spindley from Stockport Metro has a 2:13.78 done at the Winter Champs here in December of last year. But it is very much Tane Bruce who is starting to pull away, and in fact a couple of lanes over from her, Caitlin Hubbard of Birmingham coming good as well. But Bruce really pushing on in these final 15 metres and will take heat number 10 very easily indeed. 2:16.03. Second, Caitlin Hubbard, Birmingham 2:17.43. And Sophie Freeman in third position, 2:17.88. Heat 11. Morrison, Stockport Metro lane 0, Rachel Anderson of Millfield goes in lane 1, Daisy Anderson goes for Thanet Swim in lane 2, Amelia Kleins of University is in 3, Kiana McInnes, Harlan Lowly is in 4, Harriet Jones, City of Cardiff in 5, Lucy Thornton of Ealing is in 6, Fleur Lewis, Barnett Cockford in 7, Tori Sopp, Merrill Metro is in 8, and Evan King of Western Supermare completes your lineup in lane number 9. There is one more women's 200 fly to come. Two Andersons, both next to each other, would you believe? Daisy's personal best is 2:17.37. Halfway turn, it's Tori Sopp on the far side in 8. It's pretty close because on his near side, he's Daisy Anderson herself challenging, coming through here in 4 as well. McInnes, Harder Lothian. 2:09.64, a very quick personal best for Kiana McInnes in Indianapolis last August. As they come to the now 15 metres of heat 11, it will be McInnes. Looking like just from Daisy Anderson, who is battling away to come in second, but it is McInnes 2:14.03, Anderson 2:16.96. In third was Lucy Thornton, the other Anderson, Rachel Anderson of Millfield, coming in 4th, 2:17.93. Confirmed. Your tweets coming. Hashtag SummerChamps18. Confirmation of the results and the disqualification in lane 9. This is heat 12. To the final heat of this gets underway. Thank you very much to Jay McFarlane. Says good luck to Sammy T from Barracudas, swimming in the 100 free. Smash it, says Eddie.
As we start the final heat here, Peter Murray of Ellesmere College Titans in 0, from Millfield in 1, Isabel Jones, Charlotte Robinson from City of Leeds in 2, in 3 from City of Sheffield, Izzy Grant in 4, there's Laura Stevens of Plymouth Leander, 5 from Kira Slosson from City of Leeds, in 6 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Emma Day, 7 from Aberdeen, Gaia Alcaraz, in 8 from City of Newport, Megan Allison, and Ruth McEwen of City of Leeds in 9. Trio down the centre there, really ploughing hard towards the halfway point. Izzy Grant in 3, just slightly behind at the moment. The leader, who is Laura Stevens in 4, and then Kira Slosson just behind her in 5 from the City of Leeds. And the gap between them and everybody else, if anyone's going to be bridging that gap, it's going to be lane 9 and Ruth McEwen of City of Leeds, if the first 130 or so are anything to go by. If anyone's going to make a charge towards the front, they've got to do it now. The swimmers have seen exactly what those in their age category have managed to produce so far in this event, so they know what sort of time they've got to get towards in order to be confirmed in the top 10 for tonight's finals. Of course, 5 age category finals as ever for our events. And the ones, the 3 coming through now are aiming for Grant in lane 3, Stevens in 4. They're looking at the senior category. Kira Slosson hoping to be a part of the 17-18 year category. The way she's going, she looks pretty comfortable to get in that. These times are quicker than we've seen so far, and that is no surprise when you consider the heat stage we're at and the personnel in the pool as well. Laura Stevens 2:13.3, and she can go quite a bit quicker than that as well. Kira Slosson second on 2:13.61, hundredths of a second ahead of Izzy Grant. Confirmation of those results on the scoreboard. There are the results there. Stevens from Slosson. In fact, just over a second between second and third rather than 100th of a second, but it still was close. Nevertheless, as we now go on to the men and the 100-metre freestyle, we shortly will be good to go with heat number 1. As I mentioned at the start of the morning, we do have the 1500-metre freestyle coming up at the end of the morning session. The morning session is going to finish at around 25 minutes to 1, and then at 1:15 we will be resuming with the 1500 freestyle. So a bit of a break to brace ourselves for that, and of course the swimmers as well to get warmed up for it. We do have a lot of tasty races coming up before that, including here the men's 100-metre freestyle, of which there will be 11 heats. Then we have the multi-class 100-metre breaststroke, and then it's the women's 50 free. Relays to come as well. What more could you want from your third day of action here at the British Nationals 2018? So coming towards the end of this one, and it's lane 5, Dean Ahmed of Solihull 55.7. Quickest time there, Harry Nicholson. Second for Chester Street, and third, Rory McKinnon of Milngavie on 56.39. Confirmed results on the scoreboard. Next, heat 2.
Heat number 2, Calvin Fry, Millfield in lane 0, Alice Cook for the Liverpool in 1, Joshua Shaw, Guildford in 2, James Hart, Plymouth Leander in 3, Archie Evans of Corby in 4, Aidan Simmons Brown of Devonport is in 5, Ryan Zhao, Gateshead and Wickham is in 6, Harrison Ryder of Basildon in 7, Dylan Morgan of Carmarthen in 8, Thomas English of Chester Street, he's in 9. Joshua Shaw doing well here in lane number 2. Plenty of screaming coming in this morning. All I can hear is go, go, go coming from the stands or the side of the pool. It's effective, obviously. Joshua Shaw, 54.79, 55.06, 55.78 for third position. Heat 3.
And then go the swimmers crashing their way through this 100 metre freestyle. Heat 3 already. Lane 0 from Sevenoaks, Louis Hayes. Now Coulthard of Sedgefield in 1. Lane 2 from St Austell is Charlie Varker. Douglas Kelly from Mount Kelly. Suitably in lane 3. In 4 from Newcastle, Callum Atkinson. William Geary of Worcester in 5. Lewis Binning from Basel and Phoenix in 6. RTW Monstons, Ruben Edwards in 7. In 8, Oliver Kettle from Portsmouth and Sam Townsend from Bedfordshire in 9. In lane 5 then, it is William Geary of Worcester leading the way. It's a pool full of 15-year-old swimmers, a couple in the younger category as well in there. So it's a good mix this. William Geary the best of them, 54.41. Second, Callum Atkinson of Newcastle. And Lewis Binning is the man who could claim third alongside Douglas Kelly, both on 54.87. Up next, seat 4.
Jason Robson of York City, winner of an age group final yesterday. Tyree Smith in the ball in 1. Lee Gallagher, Torben Dean in 2. Miles Lockley is in 3. Henry Baker, Christmas Stalker in 4. Lewis Maxwell Goldstein in 5. Thomas Woolley, Bromley in 6. Alex Griffiths, Senior Newport in 7. Graham Baird, Scotia in 8. And Silas Mendes of Reading goes in lane number 9. Good battle this, here in 4 and 5. Plenty of shouting coming in this morning. Some real good support from the athletes on the sides and the parents in the stands. It's going to be 4 here. Henry Baker is the taker of Heat 4. 54.29. Woolley in second. We're going to get a disqualification by the looks of that as well. So there is the confirmation of the disqualification in lane 5. The official results are now there, and this is heat number 5. Momentary delay at the start of heat number 5. Those messages coming in to us. Amber Hackett says fingers and toes crossed for Sammy T. Hashtag SummerChamps18. That's all you need to do to talk to us. Once again, if you are watching at home, let us know where you're watching from, what bit of work you're avoiding by watching. Tracy's watching on the live stream, cheering just as loud as when they were here in Sheffield. Blue and gold army, it says, for Team Bath. Just imagine the thoughts and pressure going through those minds now. Small delay as we get them ready. It's all character building, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been asked to remind you that we must have quiet at the start of the races, please. Nailed it. Away they go. Stanislas Chelson of Millfield in lane 0. Daniel Genkus of Ron Patel away in 1. Louis Sharon of Hastings in 2. Finley Maxwell Beckenham in 3. Ned Sharp Skipton in 4. Eugene Brooks Clark City Sheffield in 5. Liam McLaughlin Orendemar in 6. Archie Price Bart Cupful in 7. Philip Fracek Kiergear of Portsmouth North Sea in 8. And Gio Ratuli of Wantage in 9. Going well in 4 for Ned Sharp. Eugene Brooks Clark getting over his mishap quite nicely indeed. He looks like coming in second here. It's just been edged out actually. Sharp wins it 53.70. Rashid Kyrgyz and McLaughlin level on 54.39. And then it is Eugene Brooks Clark of Sheffield in 4th position. We got there in the end. Heat 6.
We'll go with heat number 6 now. Lane 0 from Belshaw, Greg Fairbairn. 1 from Sydney Milton Keynes, Jamie Hance. 2, Royal Wolverhampton swimmer Thomas Watkin. Jake Moxham of City of Cambridge goes in lane 3. Jacob Whittle in 4 from Daventure. In 5 from Northfield Clwyd, Rodri Williams. Jonathan Adam represents City of Cambridge in 6. Luke Pullen in 7 from Guildford. In 8 from Royal Wolverhampton is Finn Nicol. And in 9 from Sydney of Peterborough, Miles Robinson Young. Battling performance in lane 4, this from Jacob Whittle of Daventure Excel, but it has to be said that those at the front aren't whittling down to a small number. There's loads of them charging in at once here. And the leader of them, you have to look to Thomas Watkin in lane 2, then Whittle in 2nd, and Luke Pullen in 3rd. Ferocious swimming there, and look how close those times were on the scoreboard as we get them confirmed. Up next, heat 7.
Edward Mildred of Northampton goes in lane 0. Kieran Evans of City of Cardiff is in 1. No, lane 2 here in this is Hugh Williams of Millfield in 3. Charlie Poole, City of Leicester in 4. Ali Vinces of Wigan is in 5. William Bell, City of Leicester is in 6. City of Cardiff's Cameron Clark is in 7. Benjamin Chugin of City of Cardiff is in 8. And Alex Rawson of Chelsea and Westminster is in lane number 9. The early leader, Hugh Williams from Millfield. See the Liverpool coach Ian Dale recording the performance in front of us. Modern times, calls for modern development, and they can use all of these recordings and the live stream to follow the action, and they show it back to them, and it's a useful tool, but useful. Hugh Williams getting the victory, 52-24. I'm sure they'll be delighted to watch that one back. Ewan Evans, Harley Binges. That's the top 3. This is Heat 8. James Watson, Plymouth Leander in lane 0, Sam Daly of Matt Kelly in 1, Matthew George, Salford in 2, Ryan Ratson, Falkirk Interregional Swim Team in 3, Adam Davies, Plymouth Leander in 4, Joe Watt, to Glasgow in 5, Anton Akopian of Ealing in 6, Joel Thompson of Ellesmere in 7, Hamish Skillman in 8 for Millfield, and Reed Jones, Plymouth Leander in 9. And well on the far side is Reed Jones, on the near side Sam Daly, and through the middle it's Joe Watt. Going to be between those three. Daly might just have the edge. It's Watt, in fact it's level, 52.08 for the pair of them. Watt and Daly 52.08. Reed Jones on the far side, really spreading out those results, 52.34. That's the official results for Heat 8. Do you know what comes next? Heat 9.
Let's get a good look at our seniors in this one, as they've been there and done it quite a lot at these national championships. That's with the awards as well, though. They're knocking on the door of the senior category now. Lane 0 from Northampton, Daniel Savage. In 1 from Warrington, Archie Goodwin. Of course, he was 2 PBs yesterday. In 2, Markham Dagenham, Christopher Stevenson. And 3 from Loughborough, Alex Ray. 4 from Samuel Irvin. Also, is at Loughborough University, Samuel Irvin, should I say. Lane 5 from University of Stirling, Martin Walton. Edwin Curl in 6. Lee Barker 7. Lewis Hounday and Neil Wiley in lane 9. Good swim from Alex Ray in lane 3 here. He's got 2 to his right that are going to be close for second, but Ray wins it 50.39. Second, Martin Walton, and in third, Samuel Irvine. Confirmation of those results up next, Heat 10.
Carl Sturks, the elite in lane 0. Jeffrey Chen, Bath University in 1. Kevin Woolbank, Upper University in 2. Thomas Kingham of Millfield in 3. Kieran McGuckin of Edinburgh in 4. Daniel Jones of Swansea Aquatics in 5. Harry Constantine of Hatfield in 6. No, lane 7. Adam Metcalf, Ellesmere College in 8. And Harry Stacey of Aberdeen Performance goes in lane number 9. Five and 6. And a little duel as they come into the final 10. It's Constantine and Jones. It's Harry of Hatfield that takes it. 50.20 from Daniel Jones, 50.57. Thomas Kingham of Millfield, 51.44. Just waiting for those times to become official, which they haven't just yet. But they have now. Heat 11. Matthew Richards on ball, out of school in lane 0. Grant Henderson, City of Glasgow in 1. Lewis Clough, City of Salford in 2. Carl Chisholm, Stockport Metro goes in 3. Jack Thorpe, Edinburgh University in 4. Alexander Brown of Loughborough University in 5. Luke Turley of Hatfield in 6. Nicholas Granger, City of Sheffield in 7. 8 is Kyle Boyd of Stockport Metro. And Joseph Page of Hampton Waterlooville goes lane number 9. Good turn from Richards. He was the early leader, but he's starting to fade away on this near side. Coming right through in the middle here in lane 4 is Jack Thorpe. Also going well in 2, Lewis Clough. But it's going to be Jack Thorpe of Edinburgh University to the wall. 50.03 from 4. Bowen, 51.041, 100th of a second in front of Carl Chisholm, who comes in 51.05, and he is only 3/100ths in front of Lewis Clough as well. 51.04, 51.05, 51.08, not bad. None of them could catch Jack Thorpe though. 50.03 takes our final heat of the men's 100 freestyles. Says good luck to Oniolua Tewu a little bit later on. Thank you very much. Hashtag Summer Champs 18. This is the women's multi-class 100 metre breaststroke heats. Heat 1.
And here we go then with another portion of multi-class swimming, the one heat of the women's 100 metre breaststroke, followed by the men in the immediate aftermath of this. Let's run you through the lineup there. Line 2 from Littlehampton, there's SB6 swimmer Georgia Howell. In 3 from Barkingham Dagenham, in the SB9 classification, Brock Whiston. 4 from Hatfield, Louise Fidds. She's in the SB14 category. In 5 from Worcester, SB13 swimmer Rebecca Redfern. In 6 from Basildon and Phoenix is Danielle Hartin, SB14 once again. There's in some instances a little bit of a variation between the likes of an S6 swimmer and an SB5, but they are very similar classifications, to be of course denoting the breaststroke. And at the moment in lane number 6, Danielle Hartin and Basildon and Phoenix pretty much level with Louise Fidds. East Region rivals and also SB14 rivals here in the pool as well, so whoever gets the better out of those two will be the pace setter out of the S14s. However, Rebecca Redfern is that close to them, you'd imagine she will get the better points. She's very close indeed, but she's not close enough. Louise Fidds, 834, 117, 1-4 from her. Brock Whiston doing even better than that, 838. Look at those 4 scores we've got already there. Most of them being 818, which is no mean feat at all from Danielle Hartin. Those 4 pushing each other all the way. Georgia Howell now coming in. Of course, she was going to get a slower time. The world record is considerably slower, 663. Still very respectable indeed from Georgia Howell, one of the youngest in the pool there. But once again, a really strong standard being set. The winning time, or the winning score, 838.
A couple of British record holders already in that, so maybe they'll be looking to push themselves a little bit harder in this evening's final. Move on to the men's multi-class 100 breaststroke heats. Now this is Heat 1.
There's predominantly then a battle between the SB14 swimmers, of which there are 8 of them, 9 of them should I say, spanning from 0 to 8. Lane 0 from Kingston upon Hull, Liam Spence. In 1 from Claysmore, George Kelman-Johns. Lane 2 from Tigers Jersey, Sol Bressett. 3 from Dundee City, Jack Milne. 4 from Wycombe District, Tyler Yanu. In 5 from City of Glasgow, Gavin Roberts. Joseph Siege of Rotherham Metro in 6. 7th from Newquay, Cameron Vincombe. And in 8th from Pembrokeshire County is Rhys Davies. Then in lane 9, SB5 swimmer from Wirral Metro, Matthew Harding. So a really good example this of how you do not know who's going to get the best points until the last person has touched. Of course, the winner at the SB14s coming in now will at least get the second best amounts of points, depending on how Matthew Harding does when he comes in last. So, in lane 5, Gavin Roberts coming through, see you Glasgow, flipping what was the form book being in favour of Tyler Yanu, has to be said, coming into this, but it's all about what you do in the pool here. And 765 from Gavin Roberts. He is provisional first until Matthew Harding comes in, and then we'll get the fair assessment of exactly who has finished where. So Roberts 765, second on 726 is Jack Milne, and in third it is Joseph Siege. Up the road in Rotherham, 706. Now it's all about Matthew Harding. He's outside of his entry time. Might not put him in good stead to get up towards the top. Proof will be in the pudding, 551. Nevertheless, swimming all that alone there and managing to get a strong score as well. We've got to remember about these swimmers, they're swimming against the respective world records. There's some very good world records in there as well. So Gavin Roberts getting 765 is very good indeed. Milne in second, Siege in third. And once we've got our tests sort of underway, we'll be able to switch things over to the other side of the pool now, towards the diving pit end, and we move on to the splash and dash. The women's 50-metre freestyle is coming up very shortly indeed. There's the test. We're hoping for the green light, and then we will be good to go for heat number 1. Well, I told you we had a lot of tasty action coming up before the 1500 metres today, and certainly the women's 50 freestyle epitomises that. Nothing better than just a straight splash and dash across the length of the pool towards the scoreboard end. Going at it here, lane 3, Jessica Smith. In 4, Hannah Woodcock, and in 5, Amy Shelton. Lane 3 then, Jessica Smith just seems to have her nose in front coming up towards the wall, and does it as well by 0.17 seconds. Very close indeed. Woodcock second, Shelton third. Up next, heat 2. In lane 1 is Anya Slesser. 2, Jessica Woodward. 3, Caitlin Combrooke. 4, May Bradburn. In 5, Emma Russell. 6, Dorothy Brook. In 7, Erin Little. Amber Downham is in lane number 8. Not the ideal start in lane 1 from Anya Slesser. The rest of the pool going pretty swimmingly right now. In lane 8, Amber Downham of Chesterfield is pretty much level in lane 7 with Erin Little of Chelmsford. But then in lane 2 as well, Jessica Woodward finishing strong. Who has won it? It's Erin Little from Downham, and actually Woodward in third. Top 3 confirmed very quickly on the screen for you there. And just as quickly, we'll go now to heat 3.
Yeah, I'll give it a miss this time. I'll give it a miss this time.
Lane 0, Anna Smale. 1, Kai Marriott. 2, Olivia Marshall. 3, Gaia Alcaraz. In 4, Sophia Silla. 5, Eva McLean. 6, Honey Osrin. 7, Nadja Sterling. No lane 8, but in 9, Rachel Gillespie. Now, Rachel Gillespie's got no one next to her, but it doesn't seem to be facing her at all. The fact she's just going at this directly alone, head down. Some of them not even taking a breath as they come towards the wall. And Honey Osrin has done it 27.15. Second, Sophia Silla of City of Oxford. Honey Osrin getting, Anna Smale getting third. Up next is Heat 4. Lane 0 is Emma Van Smel. 1, Alice Thickett. 2, Lucy Headley. 3, Tatiana Tostaven. 4, Jessica Law. 5, Elaine Murray. 6, Kirsten Harvey. Lucy Granton. 7, Mia Maspers. 8, and Abigail Parkinson in lane 9. It was a challenge getting all the names out before the swimmers come up towards the wall. They are going just that quickly. Mia Maspers in lane 8 was looking good and good enough for first. 27.12. That's probably as big a gap as you're going to get in this race over the course of these heats. Emma Van Sel 27.39 in second, and in third, Kirsten Harvey of Natari West London. Just an announcement, please. Can we have a coach and representative from Mount Kelly and Basildon and Phoenix to the timing suite as soon as possible? Mount Kelly and Basildon and Phoenix, potential swim off there. Up next is Heat 5. That begins. A bit of a malfunction apparently with a pair of goggles down there. Of course, we want our swimmers to be able to have as good a vision as possible and get those goggles replaced. So do make sure you get involved on the hashtag SwimChamps18. Summer Champs 18, should I say. Let's have a look, see if you getting involved on that Twitter handle. Simon says, brilliant swim from Matt Richards to the 100 free, lowers his own Swim Wales junior record with 51.52. Big congratulations to him. Do make sure if we do miss any of those sort of records, you do tweet us in hashtag SummerChamps18. And make sure we don't do anyone a disservice in that respect. Rushmore Royals twinning in, saying huge shout out to Rushmore girls Sam, Jess, Naomi and birthday girl Sammy, turning 18 tomorrow. Race tough. Up next, Heat 5. And there we go, goggles fixed, straight into the pool, and off go the kicks and the white splashes from the feet of each and every one of these swimmers. Kenny Shanahan 0, Lucy Ross 1, Gabby Melbourne Smith 2, Zoe Naylor Perrott in 3, Molly Quelch 4, Anna Perdigill 5, Harriet Rogers 6, Clara Van Opel 7, in 8 Amara Otolana and Saskiana Vada in lane 9. In they come. Anna Perdigill has managed to win it, 27.18 in second spot there, Molly Quelch. And in third, we'll never know. Off the scoreboard it goes. We will soon be ready for Heat 6. Just a reminder, can we please have silence at the start of these races so that the swimmers can get off to the best possible start in each and every one of them. Thank you very much. Up next, Heat 6. There we go with heat 6 of 12. Coming towards the halfway point of this. And this race as well in lane 0, Ella Riggle. 1, Amy Philpott. 2, Imogen Mears. In 3, Georgina Dennis. 4, Chiara Tomasello. 5, Alicia Dingle. 6, Tegan Child. Kirsty Flynn in 7. Rosie Morgan in 8. And Juro Tanier in lane 9. The favourite for this, Chiara Tomasello in lane 4. Seems to be the one leading them home. And she's done it as well. 26.88. The only one there under 27 seconds. Second spot was Imogen Mears of Bromley. And in third was Alicia Dingle of Royal Wolverhampton School on 27.24. Fine margins as ever there, but not really between first and second. Credit to Chiara Tomasello for making that look so comfortable. And this room in the 13-14-year-old category as well in that heat. Confirmation of those results on the scoreboard. Up next, it's heat number 7. Lane 0, Evelyn Davis. 1, Scarlett Major. 2, Zoe Corsi. 3, Megan Hughes. 4, Martha Julie. Clementine Lovell in 5. 6, Emma Harvey. Kira Morris in 7. Emily Eiley 8. Rebecca Torres in lane number 9. This time it's lane 5. Clementine Lovell of Tadcaster, who's the one making fine inroads down the centre of the pool. It's pretty even either side of it, it has to be said. In lane 4 up there, Martha Julie. Also lane 9, Rebecca Torres doing well also. But the touch coming in from Clementine Lovell of Tadcaster, 26.82. At second was Martha Julian. It was in fact Megan Hughes in third. Up next, the 8. In 0 this time around is Elizabeth Harris. 1, Jasmine Perry. 2, Zoe Masail. In lane 3, Georgina Haynes. 4, Amy Davies. 5, Kellyanne Warrington. 6, Anita McCartney. 7, Jemima Hall. Emma Whittingham in 8. And Yasmin Hamlin is in lane 9. In fact, there is no lane 6. The eagle-eyed of you will have seen there in this heat. Lane 7, Jemima Hall of Wickham District. She's got a good gap, hasn't she, coming towards the wall. 26.51. Elizabeth Harris in second, 26.76. And in third, Georgina Hayne of Chelsea and Westminster. Let's get confirmation of those results up on the scoreboard for you very shortly. So we get on to the final 4, final third of these heats. Heat number 9 up next. And away they go in lane 1 is Sophie Freeman. And lane 0, Sophie Freeman. 1 on the Olatowu. In lane 2, Sophie Goodburn. 3, Gulson O'Neill. 4, Chloe Pritchard. 5, Betsy Wizard. 6, Kate Clifton. 7, Maisie McCartney. 8, Tammy Van Selm. And 9 is Brodie Judge. In the way in lane 6, Kate Clifton of City of Sheffield. Going to win it. 26.34 is the winning time. 0.29 seconds behind her is Maisie McCartney. In third, Tamrin Van Selm. Confirmation of the results of Heat 9. Go now to Heat number 10. Line 0, Elena Morgan. 1, Evie Edwards. 2, Hannah Burville. 3, Alicia Wilson. 4, Katie Latham. 5, Elena Dewhurst. 6, Macy Lawrence. 7, Molly Allen. 8, Mia Hawkes. 9, Eleanor Julie. Lane 4, good start from Katie Latham of Thanet Swim, one of the senior swimmers in the pool. There are 4 of them in total in this heat. She's leading all of them, and the rest of the pack in there as well. 25.96, breaking the 26-second barrier there. Strong swim from her. Alicia Wilson second on 26.19, and the third is Hannah Burville. Up next, heat 11. Lane 0, Rebecca Watt in 1, Amy Godsave, 2, Amy Grant, 3, Laura McNabb, 4, Emily Crane, 5, Jasmine McCrae in 6, Anna Main, 7, Emily Peck, Caroline Lewitt in 8, and Emily Horn is in lane number 9. Come towards the red flags here with 5 minutes to go. Lane 4, Emily Crane, looking to crane her neck there towards the wall in order to get that first touch. Laura McNabb has pipped it to it though, 26.16, 4 hundredths of a second, the difference between her and Emily Crane. If we now get ready for our final heat, heat 12. In they go, the final time, 0, Megan Allison, 1, Ellie Walker, 2, Zoe Boswell-Hill, then 3, Sophie Yendall, 4, Emily Barkley, 5, Rachel Louise Masson, 6, Eleanor Phillip, 7, Sophie Smith in 8, Emily Haynes in 9, Anna Fleming. Soaring stuff then from Emily Barkley, 25.08 was her entry time for this event. Battering this, 25.04, dipping under that entry time as well. Solid from her, Eleanor Phillips second on 26.17. And third is Sophie Yendall, Celia Darwin, 26.21. So that rounds off the women's 50-metre freestyle like a flash. Men have a bit of a longer endurance to come now. Of course, back end of the session, we all know about the 1500-metre freestyle, but coming up they'll have the 400-metre individual medley to contend with first. And heat number 1 is where we start.
Well, I kick off our men's 400 metres individual medley heats now. Ruben Rowbottom Keating Swimming for City of Manchester Aquatics in lane 3. Antonio Rodriguez of Swansea's in 4. Warrington have Tyler Melbourne Smith going in lane 5. And Thomas Defanes of Tigers of Jersey, who's our early leader here, goes in lane number 6. Defanes has a personal best 5 minutes 64. I'm sure all the coaches for all of these swimmers in the very early stages of the 400 IMs just want a followed game plan and a new personal best. And we might, heaven forbid, might just see a coach smile. Maybe. Just maybe. Defanes looking at 5 minutes 64. Is there anyone outside, two of them just outside the 5 minute mark in terms of their PBs for 400 IMs in this one? The other one of those is Ruben in lane 3, Robotham Keating of City of Manchester. His is 5 minutes 26. He's in lane number 3. So at the moment, Defanes has gone off fastest of the lot, and we've reached halfway. Keep those tweets coming in, by the way. Hashtag SummerChamps18. Tweet earlier from Tracy, who's at home. She said, I hope she's at home. She's stopping the ironing in Chippenham to watch Laura McNabb. If she was ironing here at the side, that'd be a bit awkward, wouldn't it? But thank you very much, Tracy, for tweeting in. Again, to all of you guys that have been here with us all morning, here on day number 3, you lovely people up in the stands, wafting yourselves with your fans and your programmes and anything that you can reach out of your bag to make a little bit of a breeze. Thank you very much to all of you for being here and supporting not only the event, but of course your swimmers as well. You look like you're enjoying yourselves. I can't quite see you over there, but you do look like you. There's a lady there throwing her arms up in the air. Ecstatic to be here, she is, on the front row. Our friends from Derwent side up at the top with their big flag. Give us a wave. Joining in en masse at the top there. You notice I never said it was good to see them, I just said I could see them. No, we love them really. Defanes 3:46.53 at that last turn. He's very much well away from the rest of the field here. 14-year-old trying to improve on that PB that he got in Crawley in May. Second in terms of positions is Tyler Melbourne Smith of Warrington. Third, Antonio Rodriguez. Fourth, Robotham Keating. Defanes coming towards the finish. Then give him some support here. Coming towards the wall. Will this be a new personal best? You can bet your bottom dollar. 4:53.08. Well inside the 5 minutes that we have here. So well done, Thomas. Good start for you. Here comes Tyler, followed by Antonio, followed by Ruben. And that gives us heat 1. So we have heat 2? Yeah, let's do that. Heat 2. Connell, City of Coventry in lane 0. Jack Smith of Cockermouth in lane number 1, who's got away very well here. Obviously a fan of the butterfly. Sheffield's Barney Howarth Osborne is in 2. Daniel Kennedy, City of Leicester, is in 3. City of Sheffield's Matthew Woodhall, who is now the leader at 50, in lane 4. Alexander Casey, City of Leicester, is in 5. Harvey Freeman of Northampton is in 6. 7 is James Hart, Plymouth Leander. Joe Cooper, Team Ipswich, in lane 8. And Oliver Taylor, City of Manchester Aquatics, is your full lineup. Clearly not a fan of the fly so far in 5, Alexander Casey, but will have his strength elsewhere, I am sure, enjoying this first 100 metres. In 4, not enjoying, but going well, is Matthew Woodall, 104.84.
Quite a few coaches needed for another double dosage of swim-offs, potentially. They are the coaches from City of Cardiff, Bournemouth Collegiate, Stockport Metro, and again, Mount Kelly. It's always Mount Kelly. City of Cardiff, Bournemouth Collegiate, Stockport Metro, and Mount Kelly. If you're a coach or representative from one of those 4 clubs, please do make your way to the timing suite as soon as you can. And we can sort out the details for any swim-offs that may be taking place. Well, it's a really spread out pool right now, isn't it? And as we get onto the third set of 100, onto the breaststroke, great to see. There is that black and white striped cap again in Northampton. Doing the business with Harvey Freeman. Just having a look around to see if anyone on the back line is readying a move and beginning to execute it towards the front. It's going to be difficult though, because Freeman very reluctant to let go of that first position he's got provisionally next to his name. Lane 4, Matthew Woodall up there for City of Sheffield. 3, Daniel Kennedy, looking at lane 1 as well, and Jack Smith of Cockermouth. And if Jack Smith gets a little bit quicker, then what we'll find is clear water between the front and then the back as well, but even more clear water between first and the entirety of the pool with Harvey Freeman of Northampton. He's going to turn now for the final 100 metres and wave goodbye to those passing him as he embarks on this final leg. Really strong this so far from Harvey Freeman. What's he got left in his locker? Tight still between lanes 3 and 4, Daniel Kennedy and Matthew Woodall. Is there any room for manoeuvre between the two of them as they rub shoulders with one another? It does look as if that Woodall has got the greater of the two in terms of momentum, but it's only by a fraction. Lane 8 as well, Joe Cooper of Team Ipswich, going completely under the radar right now, but 50 minutes to go. He's got himself in a decent spot to maybe challenge those in front of him. All these swimmers in the 13-14 year category, they are directly against one another. Harvey Freeman will be the pace setter for that age group 4 now. There's still quite a few of the swimmers to come, of course. We've got a lot of heats to go, but he couldn't have done much more. He'd attacked the pool, he's got to the wall, and he's got 4:47.84, and that is almost 10 seconds off the entry. That is super stuff, exactly what we want to see. 600ths of a second between Daniel Kennedy and Matthew Woodall. Not much splitting them in the end, but Kennedy has managed to get there in second spot ahead of Woodall in third. We're just waiting for confirmation of the results. Confirmed DQ in lane 1, and once those scores are up in ascending order, Two swimmers on the starting box ready for heat 3, and we can go to that right now. Just an announcement for a cultural representative from Bournemouth Collegiate, please, to go to the timing suite as soon as possible. Cultural representative from Bournemouth Collegiate. Off we go with heat number 3 and lane 0 from Davencio XL. Here's Jacob Whittle. He's taking part earlier in the 53. Lane 1 from Atari West London, Jordan McPhail, George Smith. Celebrated his 14th birthday earlier in the week. Ellesmere College Titan swimmer going in 2. Lane 3 from Market Harborough, James Newman. And 4, the City of Oxford, George Rudd. 5 from Wickham District, Cameron Brooker. 6 from City of Leeds, Dalton Clapham. 7, there's Dulwich Dolphins, is Theodore Thompson, who leads the way after the first 100. Alex Rosser Barnett of Ellesmere College Titans in 8, and Caden Edwards from City of Cardiff goes in lane number 9.
What do you want to do? Some sort of like picture competition?
Well, it's been a tight first 100 metres, hasn't it? All a bit of a U-shape, sort of. Tip of it on the far side, lane 9, Caden Edwards. Jacob Whittle did start pretty decently, but not there towards the top on this turn. It's actually Jordan McPhail in lane 1 and Atari West London who holds first spot. Edwards second. Brooker in lane 5 has turned it around on that first set of 15. He's now in 3rd position and can he use that token momentum to lead the way coming towards the halfway point? You suspect so, because he's beginning to lead the rest of the pool behind. It was a flat line in the middle. Not anymore. Cameron Brooker is your anomaly in that respect. In the best possible way if you're of a Wickham District persuasion. Halfway through then, touching the wall first, is indeed Cameron Brooker. Great turnaround from him. And he will not be looking back from there. Will anyone creep up and join him? Jacob Whittle of Davencio XL in lane 0 is beginning to edge forwards. A couple joining him as well. Lane 2, George Smith of Ellesmere College Titans. Of course, we've mentioned Caden Edwards quite a bit in lane 9. And he's still ticking along up towards the front as well. George Rudd for the first time at City of Oxford, becoming worthy of sitting up. Maybe focusing on him as well. We've got Alex Rosser Barnett, Ellesmere College Titans in lane 8. In brief, a lot of swimmers in contention with 150 metres to go. Cameron Brooker, nothing changing at the front, so it seemed on that turn, because he did have the fastest of the split times, but that's a really good turn coming courtesy of lane 2 and George Smith of Ellesmere College Titans. The last 100 from him have been solid. And how good will this freestyle be? Well, he wants to put himself in a good enough position to really kick on there with the freestyle, get a bit of a head start, that bit of a buffer. It could be crucial. The turn will be important as well as we now go to the final 100. George Smith leads for the first time. A strong turn as well from George Smith. So it'll be important. It is. The yellow cap of Dalton Clapham of City of Leeds in lane 6. Goodness me, where has he come from? He is now in 3rd position and quickly trying to pursue Cameron Brooker in lane 5 of Wickham District, who will want to make sure that this doesn't collapse. I believe for so long. But into the final 50 metres, he does have a nice gap ahead of second, but one heck of a deficit now against George Smith of Ellesmere College Titans. This seems to be his. Of course, we saw in the previous heat How good Harvey Freeman was. George Smith is in the same age category, and he wants to go that little bit better as well. He leads by 1.5 body lengths, should say, now over Cameron Booker, who will be relieved to know once he touches the wall that he does have quite a bit of time in hand over Dalton Clapham, but Dalton Clapham, really good last 150 from him, so he'll get third. But first, George Smith, strong second half. Cameron Booker leading for most of it, second by the end of it. As I said, Dalton Clapham in third. Just another announcement again for a coach or representative, please, from Bournemouth Collegiate. You're wanted down in the timing suite as soon as you can get there. Up next, it's heat number 4.
There we go, this is heat number 4. Attention spectators and swimmers and coaches alike. It's competition time here on day number 3. Thank you very much to our sponsors, TIA, UK and Ireland. We've got a chance for anybody inside the venue to win themselves a TIA Alliance backpack. All you have to do is send us a crazy picture. That's all we want from you. You need to send us a picture on Twitter or Instagram. You need to do the next 2 things. Hashtag TIA, T-Y-R, and then hashtag Swimming Champs or Summer Champs 18. So hashtag Summer Champs 18, hashtag TIA, T-Y-R, and send us a crazy picture. We want the best picture of this morning session. The best picture we decide will win themselves a brand new TIA Alliance backpack. Thanks to our sponsors, TIA, UK and Ireland. So get taking pictures immediately. I mean, come on, it's Christmas nearly, isn't it? Think about it, win yourself a bag, wrap it up, put it under the bed, give it away for Christmas. You've saved yourself loads of money. One TIA Alliance backpack to give away. All you need to do, take a crazy picture, hashtag TIA, T-Y-R, hashtag Summer Champs 18. Good luck. Take those pictures and get them into us as soon as you can. This is heat 4 of these men's 400 IMs now. Oliver Bradley, North Links in lane 0. Luke Emerson and Cheshire in lane 1. Joshua Vance, Northampton in 2. Elijah Kendrick of Shiverers. I think he's swam in every race going here in lane 3. Jeremy Penny of Northampton in 4. Louis Fenson, Coventry in 5, Lewis Maxwell, Derwent Side in 6, Ryan Wilcox, Nova Centurion in 7, Theo Savat, City of Cardiff in 8, and Liam Brennan of Basildon in lane number 9. This one is Savat Cardiff, turned at 2:14.57 at the halfway stage. And already people are starting to enter. Nicholas Smith, not only gone for a picture, gone for a little video as well, that's good. Keep them coming in. Hashtag Summer Champs 18, hashtag TYR. The best one throughout this morning session will be notified a little bit later. And we will send you a TIA Alliance backpack. All for taking a funny picture. Just entertain us. Michael O'Duffy is watching from County Taro, watching closely and supporting Dan Kennedy in the 400 IMs. Thank you very much to those at home. Apologies that you can't enter the competition. You have to be inside the venue to enter the competition here inside Ponds Forge. You spent your hard-earned money to come and watch. we are trying to give you something back other than just top quality swimming. In 8, good turn from Sava means he still leads with 100 to go there. Turning behind him in second was Joshua Vance of Northampton. Third was Elijah Kendrick of Chivalrous. And in fourth position was Ryan Wilcox of Nova Centurion. But on this near side, I will tell you now, in lane number 2, Joshua Vance of Northampton is really starting to kick for home then. He's going to be into the lead within the next 2 or 3 metres, I would imagine. On the far side, Sava just holding on, not by much. Here comes the turn, and it is Sava just from Joshua Vance. And Elijah Kendrick is in 3rd position. It's going to be quite a tight finish between these lot. To the wall. Oh, this is tight there. Sava 4:46.87. Takes it from Kendrick. It was in the end 4:46.98. Joshua Vance gets himself a personal best. So too does Sava. We move on to heat number 5. Number 5, then Luke Skilding, Derby in lane 0, Nathan Woodrow, Norwich in 1, Samuel Tucker, Wickham District in 2, Joseph Russell, Mount Kelly goes in lane 3, Thomas Bingman to Leicester in 4, Matthew Yeomans to Leeds in 5, and Portland of Wickham District in 6, Jordan Bennett of Stockport Metro in 7, Lewis Binning of Basildon in 8, and William Ellington of Millfield is in number 9.
Just an announcement, please. Once again, please, Bournemouth Collegiate, a cultural representative, to go to the timing suite as soon as possible. Thank you. Towards the halfway point we go in this heat, and of course, nudged around in Rampton positions across the pool. Here's the case, of course, in the individual medley. Just going to say that it's beginning to flatten out towards the front, and this is where those who favour the breaststroke really begin to apply that pressure just before that final leg. Well, this I am, line 9, William Ellington of Millfield in particular, really starting the car and getting into gear. He's gone from 6th to 1st in that 50-metre length. And he leads by a buffer now. A really impressive 3.02 seconds. It's a superb turnaround this. Lane 0, Luke Skelding of City of Derby is the man in 2nd, and then see that royal blue cap in lane 7, Jolan Bennett of Stockport Metro, tickling his way towards the top. Just to his left, Jan Poulton of Wickham District as well up there. He was 6th on the previous turn. He'll be in the top 4 now, no doubt about that, but there is a very keen line of swimmers also wanting to pump their way up to the top as well. How strong can William Ellington finish here for Millfield? After a great breaststroke, 4:49.75 was his entry time. Looks like he's going to get below that. Around 5 seconds you would guesstimate at this point, but we'll wait and find out, of course, just how much he's got left in this final length. 2nd spot now being taken by Thomas Beamer. And Luke Skelding just about holding on as he with 25 minutes to go in that point as well. The two East Midlands rivals there, Beamer in 4 and Skelding in 0. We'll have to battle that out towards the end, but it looks like Beamer's got the other upper hand. Coming in now, then William Ellington coming in towards the wall. And it is an improvement by more than 5 seconds, 7 seconds better than the entry time for William Ellington. Really good performance on the outside from him. And you really had to sit up and take notice just on that 50-metre length, just past the halfway point there, when he went from 6th into 1st, and he stayed there. Beamer 2nd, Skelding 3rd. Up next is Heat 6. Zero here from Tigers jersey is Isaac Dodds. 1 from Staines, Ross Phillips, should I say. Lane 2 from City of Oxford is Billy Wooden. 3 from Warringah, Angus Allison. Zachariah Speakman from Nofield Cluin in 4. In 5 from Nova Centurion, Joseph Kingsland. 6, City of Sheffield's Ruben Vista. 7 from Teddington, Edwin Hunt. And Kentra McDade from City of Oxford in lane 809, as you can see. Sure, a few of you will be looking down the hashtag Summit Champs 18 timeline right now. Do make sure you get involved with your good luck messages. Also, your congratulations as well. There's been a lot of good swims so far today. A lot of finals have been reached by swimmers. Some may getting here into their first ever national finals. Do make sure you let us know. And of course, that competition as well often underway now for a Tier Alliance backpack. Very simple. Pull a funny face, anything of that sort. Take a picture of it and get it on the hashtag Summer Champs 18 and the hashtag Tier as well, TYR.
Need to enter quickly though. It is only open for this morning's session, so if you want to win that backpack, send us those funny pictures. We'll take a look at them. You can do that on Twitter or on Instagram. We're looking across both of those platforms. As these guys are looking at the backstroke flags and making a turn into the breaststroke. The halfway stage, it's Wiesner from Sheffield in 1st. Speakman in second, and Ross Philp of Staines in third position, and in fact coming through straight away into the breaststroke is Nufio's Speakman. Very strong he looks indeed. Also looking pretty quick over the breaststroke is Ross Philp.
This one really progressing, should I say, quite nicely. Especially for Angus Allison in lane 3. He's got the chasing pack behind him, of which there are quite a few dangerous competitors. Billy Wootton in 2 for the City of Oxford. Also in 4, Zachariah Speakman. Wootton and Allison in 2 and 3, both in the 15-year category. Direct shootout between the pair of them. Well, I think Allison, safe pair of hands right now in that respect. Good encouragement as ever coming from the sidelines. Some of it needed, some of it paying dividends. Ross Philp of Staines in lane 1 is emerging hard here, and he's managed to go on the outside of Wootton. Next challenge will be Speakman. That may be a bit too late. Wiesner's finishing strong as well, but Allison was strong throughout. 4:49.6. It's the winning time for him in that heat. Asking the rest of the 15-year-olds to come if they could beat that. Speakman second, he couldn't. Philp in third. Tight between the front 4, as you can see, and the remaining pack as well as we go to heat 7.
That's why. Take your marks.
Just to mark your card of what's to come then, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, this heat 7 of 11 in the men's 400 IM. After that, we have the relays, and it's the women with the 4 by 200 metre freestyle. There'll be 6 heats of them, then we'll have a bit of a break. And 1500 metres freestyle in between them relays and the 1500s. Looks like we've got a couple of swims to come your way. We'll bring details of those as soon as we get them off the press. Here in heat 7, lane 0 from North Ayrshire is Rory Dixon. Lane 1 from York City, Jason Robson. Piers Greeding of Cockermouth is in 2, 3 from Paul Oliver Fairman, 4 from the City of Peterborough, Herbie Kinder. In 5 from Plymouth Leander, David Miller. In 6 from Oldham Aquatics is Samuel Goldrick. 7 from Loughborough University, Alan Brown. Daniel Ferguson of West Lothian in 8. In 9, from City of Oxford, Nicholas Skelton. Synchronised swimming towards the halfway point between lanes 3 and 4 of the Fairmont Herbie Kinder. Both in the 16-year classification here, and the lane from Poole, who managed to turn first by 0.26 seconds, just over a quarter of a second that. And a quarter of the way through the brushstroke is Adam Brown of Loughborough University, who's really got the propeller spinning, and it's got him into first position. The lead dissolving pretty quickly there for Fairmont, not helped by the fact that also in 5 and 6, Miller and Goldrick also managed a quick turnaround there. And Miller's now second, Goldrick's in third. Next to them, Brown in lane 7 is the one who holds the upper hand overall. Piers Greeding of Cockermouth is now beginning to introduce himself to the fray. Interesting developments here, as Miller now leaves behind Goldrick. He's a clear favourite for second, coming towards the wall for the final 100. So Brown leading the way. Second is David Miller. Third, Samuel Goldrick, but not convincingly, and it may be actually Piers Greeding coming towards the wall here that's just got in front of him. It is as well. Going to be tight that for the final 100. Is anyone going to join the front four? A front four which is broken down into 2 lots of 2. Piers Greeding saying right now to Samuel Goldrick, with the greatest respect, I want to leave you behind and I want to get to the boys at the front, who consist of David Miller in lane 5, who's maybe by a fingertip now getting in front of Adam Brown here. And a turn for the final 50 metres, very important. Decent one that from David Miller of Plymouth Leander. Teammates watching patiently on the far side to see if he can see this through all the way. 25 metres to go, and now it's no longer Adam Brown who's his nearest rival, but Piers Greeding, who is just using that momentum. The guy has no brakes here, just steamrolling down the hill. Will he be able to go all the way and catch David Miller as well? It looks unlikely. He'll run out of Paul. Miller too resilient, and into the wall he comes on 4:39.3. Piers Greeding with a really good back half to that heat. 4:42.4 is his time. Adam Brown of Loughborough, pretty consistent all the way through there. Just dwindled towards the end, but still gets third. Confirmation of those results very shortly arriving on your screen, and there they are. This is heat number 8.
Zero from Ellesmere College is James Bilbao. 1 is Jacob Davies, City of Birmingham. 2, Harry Lewis Mitchell, Stockport Metro. 3, Lewis Gilchrist, City of Oxford. Orange Bath have James McDonald in 4 miles turn of West Suffolk. Goes in lane number 5. Looks like a rocket here in 6 is Jacob Goodman of Millfield. Clearly a decent breakfast. No 7, Alexander Borisov of Camden, Swiss Coast in 8. Jackson O'Rourke, Northampton, in lane number 9. A great start from Goodman. Ooh. I say ooh. For those of you that haven't entered our competition yet. If you can see across to the commentary position, I'm holding aloft one of the 2 Tier Alliance backpacks that we have on offer to give away. So they are real, we weren't lying, we're here. You can win one of these very simply by sending us a picture on Twitter or Instagram. Just make us laugh, that's all we want. Just something nice, something funny, something cute, and you could win one of these Alliance backpacks. To be fair, I make them look quite small. They're actually bigger than Jonathan altogether, but they are huge. Would come in very useful for your young swimmer. So all you got to do is send us a picture on Instagram or Twitter, and you too could win these bags. You need to include the hashtag SummerChamps18 and the hashtag TIER, TYR. Thank you very much to TIER UK Ireland for supplying these prizes. You can put the bag down now, Jonathan. Thank you. He makes a wonderful Debbie McGee for those older listeners. Get sending your pictures in. I'm taking a look at them all the way through this morning's session. The best one at the end of the 1500 metres this afternoon will win that prize. We'll let you know who it is, of course, and we'll tell you how to get your hands on that bag. But all you got to do is take a picture that we like. It's easy. It's so easy. Hashtag SummerChamps18, hashtag TIER. Let's get cracking, shall we? To be fair, Jonathan, those bags were quite big. I thought somebody was just bringing me my lunch. I'll have to wait. Into the last 50 of the breaststroke then. Jacob Goodman enjoyed the first 200 metres of this. He's getting closed down a little bit here by Lewis Gilchrist, but Ewan Dale and his team looking on. Those distinctive Millfield caps. They make some good swimmers in Millfield, don't they? And then there's Ewan. Turning here in 6. Goodman continues to lead, 3:29.76. Lewis Gilchrist, City of Oxford, 3:32.03. To be fair to Ewan, if you've not heard of Ewan, don't Google him. Good lad. Knew a thing or two about winning races. Here in 3, Gilchrist leading the rest of the charge. But this one looking very much like Goodman's race. Taking a look at Goodman's entry time into this. And it's 4:39.68. 4:34.20 is his personal best. Casually did that in the Bahamas in July of last year. That's where we all got our personal bests from. And at the wall, 4:31.58. A new personal best for Jacob Goodman. By some way as well. A couple of seconds knocked off of that. Gilchrist in second, 4:36.83. If you can do it in the Bahamas, you can do it in Ponds Forge on a Thursday. There's the results for Heat 8. Moving on to Heat 9.
Crack on now with heat number 9 in lane 0 from Northampton is Edward Mildred, and 1 from Nova Centurion Joshua Harris. Christy Moon from Chelsea and Westminster is in 2. In 3 from City of Salford, Marcus Day. In lane 4 from Ellesmere College Titans is Jack Shillinglaw. 5 from Wrekin College, William Slawson. Over O'Halloran of Derwent's is in 6. In 7 from Loughborough University is Rhys Amonde Cunningham. In lane 8 from Belshill, Gianno Napolitano. And 9 from Northampton is Samuel Blackie. Strong first 100 that from Rhys Monday Cunningham. Loughborough University in 7, but the lead that he had, it was a slim one anyway. That's been swallowed up pretty quickly. Either side of them in the immediate lanes. Lane 8, Giano Napolitano of Belgium. In lane 6, Oliver O'Halloran of Derwent side as well. Who's going to turn quickest here at the halfway point? Off the backstroke, it will be Oliver O'Halloran. Joshua Harris as well in lane 1 of Nova Centurion. It's going along at decent pace. Seven swimmers going along very strongly right now. And as they come towards the halfway point, pace setter is Oliver O'Halloran of Derwent side. They'll light that up in the top of the spectator stand, but there'll be a bit of anxiety about this as well. Will he hold on in this final 200?
See, I'm starting to enjoy people's sense of humour now with this picture competition. Thank you very much to John Tucker. A future swimming monster is the name, the title of the tweet. The young lady involved having a picture taken with, well, it's very good. Follow the hashtag. A couple of the Tia fans. And I'm not sure what the earrings are, but there you go. Thank you very much to John Tucker. You're in the draw. We'll see who wins it. Helen Woodrow thinks the funny picture that she's taken is of us. So that I don't make myself laugh. I'm here for you. But thank you very much to Helen Woodrow, who has taken that picture from across there somewhere. Can't quite find her. So there somewhere. She's taken the picture. She's in the competition. If you want to be in the competition, give us a picture that tickles us this morning here on day number 3. Include the hashtags Summer Champs 18 and the hashtag Tia as well. Coach or representative of Bournemouth Collegiate to the timing suite, please. That's Bournemouth Collegiate to the timing suite. Quick shot.
I'm beginning to wonder if Bournemouth have packed the bags and gone to the beach back on the south coast.
It would be warm there, wouldn't it? Keep those pictures coming. You want to enter the competition? Very simple. We want to give you this bag. We want to give you this Tia Alliance backpack. You've got to enter. But thank you very much to Tia UK and Ireland for giving us these prizes. One today. Who knows what we'll do with the other one?
A few prizes in store, of course, coming up tonight as well, and in the immediate future, really, with the 1500 metre freestyle, just a couple of hours away from getting into its rhythm. It's coming to the backstage of this race now. 50 metres to go. Marcus Day in lane 3 is now the man in front. Couple in contention with him as well. Lane 6, Oliver O'Halloran, still of Derwent side. Just ahead of lanes 1 and 2. Joshua Harris and Christy Moon. Christy Moon's doing well in the last 150 metres, someone we weren't really talking about before we turned over to the competition talk. For the winner of that competition, Marcus Day, City of Salford, 4:34.25. Christy Moon and Joshua Harris really going strong towards the end there. And Oliver Halloran, very unfortunate to miss out on the top 3. Good swim from the front 4 in particular. Penultimate heat is coming up very shortly. It's heat number 10. No obvious pace setters at the back end of the butterfly. Pretty strong bunch of swims there. After the first 100. From the following swimmers in lane 0, we have Ellesmere College Titans Joel Thompson, 1 from Northampton Archie Plowman, 2 from Loughborough University Nathan Wells, Thomas Payne of City of Manchester Aquatics is in 3, 4 from Loughborough is Joe Litchfield, 5 Ellesmere College Titans Charlie Hutchison, in 6 from Ealing John Britton, 7 Ben Harrison from Mount Kelly, Jonathan Milner from City of Leeds is in 8, and in 9 Robbie Jones from Tigers Jersey. Charlie Hutchison going in lane 5. In the 16-year category these days. But in his younger years, 13 years and younger, he holds a 200 IM and 400 IM British records, and he also holds a 200 IM record at the 14-year level as well. We're 2 years on from that now, and we're looking to try and maybe break down the barriers set by Matthew Johnson, of course, of Bath University. Around 6 or 7 years ago now. Strongest start though being made by Joe Litchfield of Loughborough. Of course, it's Max Litchfield who holds the senior British record, set in Budapest last year. 4:09.62, that was an unbelievable time. Maybe a party pooper, but we won't be seeing anything like that here in the pool this morning. Of course, all about the PBs and maybe the odd age group record as well, but we're certainly here to be surprised. No doubt about that. Joe Litchfield making this look like a very pleasant swim for him. Bit of industry as well in lane 6 from John Britton of Ealing, who's holding 2nd. Robbie Jones was in 3rd at the previous turn. And there's a couple now joining in. Lane 2, Nathan Wells. Lane 5, Charlie Hutchison, as we mentioned, of Ellesmere College Titans. You expect Joe Litchfield to be quite a bit in front. 4:19.41 was his entry time. That's 4 seconds quicker than that of nearest rival Charlie Hutchison. It's set now. The mad scramble onto the freestyle. Litchfield very much keeping his composure at this point. And of course, senior category swimmers coming up in the final heat as well. Quite a few of them, in fact. Only 1 or 2 exceptions in heat number 11, so there's a lot of competition still to come. Joe Litchfield's weight, but he wants to be the pace setter in that respect. It looks like he's going to be as well, but what will that time be? It's going to be quite a bit over his entry. Might not matter in the end, though. 4:26.69. 2nd spot held by John Britton. Nathan Wells comes in 3rd. The swimmers have touched in now in that penultimate heat. So Litchfield from Britton, from Wells. That was heat number 10. Confirmation of those results will very shortly appear up on your screen in that order. There they are, and this is now heat number 11.
Take your marks.
Craig Wilson, you are in the draw for the bag. You have a chance of winning. Good picture. It's a picture of a sheep in a towel that says, "Why crawl when you can fly?" See, I like that. Good, like that. Hello from Nadine Wilson. It says, "I prefer the backstroke." I'm with you all the way. Hashtag Tia, hashtag SummerChamps18. All you got to do to enter the competition is send us a picture that makes us laugh. Take a bow if you are the Millfield Swimming Twitter person. Great tweet, by the way. And also quite good as well is the information within it. Mark Foster, the legend that is Mark Foster, held the longest of the records at Millfield School. It's finally gone. Hugh Williams has broken Millfield's oldest remaining school record. The 100-metre record has gone. Well done to Hugh Williams. Well done to the Twitter people of Millfield Swimming. Excellent stuff. The image in that tweet is very similar to me without coffee before 8:30, so I see the resemblance. In 11, Adam Wilson of Newcastle in 0, Freddie Clampett, Plymouth Leander in 1, Nathan Hughes of Hatfield in 2, Callum Laurie, University of Stirling in 3, Fraser Millican, University is in 4, Bath University's Jacob Greenup is in 5, Jack Rob to Sunderland in 6, Tony Joe, Trent Oliver, University of Stirling in 7, Fraser Allison of Warren de Bath in 8, and Garen Gerber, Barnet Cockthorpe goes in lane number 9. Don't forget, if you are in the venue, you could be a swimmer, a coach, doesn't matter, spectator, we don't mind. If you want to enter the competition, you can do, as long as you're in the venue, as long as you use the 2 hashtags, as long as you make us go laugh or R. Get those pictures in. Good tweet from Louise Johnston coming as well. It says, being a swim parent is a tough job, but when your daughter's in a swim-off, that's another level. Yeah, pressure's on there, isn't it, the swim-off? We've got a few of those to come a little bit later, haven't we, Jonathan? Swim-offs? 1 or 2. Final 100 then. Jacob Greenup of Bath University leading the way. Second was Laurie. The third was Nathan Hughes. In the end, Greenup takes it in 4:24.37. Second was Nathan Hughes of Hatfield. Third coming in was Millican of Loughborough University. So the swimmers will make their way out. Thank you very much to all of those competing in the 400. That's another event gone. That means that time is passing you by. If you want to enter this competition to win a brand new Tia Alliance backpack, we're running out of time. Hashtag Summer Champs, hashtag Tia. Send us a picture. Get it done. So the 4x2 100-metre freestyle Women's relay, 14-16 years. It's up now. So here we go then. The team events often create a little bit more noise because the other teammates are still at the side cheering on their friends. Leatherhead are in lane 0, Wickham District B are in lane 1, Enfield are in lane 2, 3 is Hillingdon, 4 is Warren de Bath, Wigan Best in 5, Tynemouth in 6, Nova Centurion in 7, and Heart and Midlothian are in 8. Leading off for Leatherhead is Jocelyn Cosmatos. She was leading at the first 50 turn, but Megan Molly of Enfield was in close pursuit, and in fact Megan has really started to kick on since then. Sally Adams says good luck to Max Adams of City of Salford in the 1500 free today, and the rest of the Salford team swimming this week. Go Team Salford, it says. Thank you very much to Sally Adams. Doesn't tell us whether she's here in the venue or whether she's watching on the live stream, but again, hello to all of you sat at home or sat at your work desk or pretending to be working and watching the live stream instead. Had a few of those over the years. Big shout out to Mark Rawle, head coach of Weston-super-Mare, from James and Ashton. We've certainly done that. Well, Grace Litchfield, if she was in the venue, would have won the competition, but you can't enter unless you're in the venue. But she has dressed her dog up in a swimming cap and goggles, and that looks like a swimming costume as well. So, hoping the dog is okay with that. But thank you, Grace. Good effort. And he has changed all around here on the far side for Heart and Midlothian. Ellie Riley up in first position, but not by much from Enfield's Grace Lennon. And in fact, Grace has now taken the lead. It's the second leg of the 4x2. Third leg, should I say. Lennon now giving Enfield a good lead. Three heats of the 14 to 16 years category. 17 years and over also has 3.
So the final changeover being made there. First by Hillingdon in lane 3, and passing the baton over to Rosie Willis. So the lead has changed hands once again, and Lucinda Andrews in lane 2 of Enfield is the one who at the moment looks as though that she is going to hand over to Melissa Byrne a lead. On the side with the white caps. However, that may change. Nova Centurion lane 7, Jessica Reed doing really well right now, and this is Nova Centurion B, by the way. There of course are 2 heats still to come. And a lot of the teams wanted to make sure they get 2 squads out there in the pool to test themselves on the national stage. So, already an exciting first heat here. The relays never disappoint, particularly when you've got this many teams involved in the pool. Nova Centurion in lane 7, the ones that trying to attack the pool and bring this one home. It looks as though they're capable of doing this as well. It's Imogen Spouge who's currently in for them, and she's going to lead here against 4 teams coming in more or less straight away afterwards, one after the other, after the other. Lane 5, you have Wigan Best now currently in 2nd spot, Hillingdon in 3rd, Warren Abbas in 4th, and don't forget Enfield still in lane 2.
Well, they come back towards home then, the leaders here, Nova Centurion. Can they keep hold of that? Final 100 to come. Here's the turn then. One big push there. Mia Green up for Wigan, holding this lead. 7:43.50. Nova dropping down into 2nd position. Imogen from Nova really going to have to work hard if she's going to chase down on the lead. And in fact, she's now being overtaken into 3rd position. So now in 2nd come Hillingdon here in lane number 3. Cara O'Toole looking very strong as they head down towards the diving pit end once more here. In 5, it's Wigan. 3, it's Hillingdon. 7, it's Nova Centurion, just from Harder Midlothian on the far side, and in the middle as well. Warren DeBar with Natalie Jones are in the mix in 3rd position. In fact, the battle for 3rd is a belter. They're all level across lanes 8, 7 and 4. There's no catching the lady in 5. Greenough of Wigan will bring this home for victory in the first of these heats. O'Toole is trying desperately to catch it, and just starting to come through into 3rd is Warrender as well. So there's the touch for the victory. Wigan taking in 8:50.46, Hillingdon in 2nd 8:52.27, and Warrender Bath in 8:54.93. It's 1, 2 and 3 here in this 4x2. As the results up on the board, Wigan, Hillingdon, Warrender, Tynemouth is the top 4. Let's go over to heat number 2. So again, if your team or child is in the team, you just need to cheer at the call. Give them some encouragement. Let's see which teams we can take through to the relay final. Shall we? Southport are in lane 0. Basildon and Phoenix are in 1. City of Manchester are in lane number 2. City of Glasgow are in 3. City of Peterborough are in 4. Northampton are in lane 5. Guildford City A are in 6. Wickham District are in 7. City of Birmingham are in 8. Plymouth Leander are in lane number 9. Keep your pictures coming. If you want to enter that competition, you don't have that long. Tina Maxwell, you've been entered. Thank you very much. May the best picture win. Although I'm not sure fighting with the tear sticks is advisable. Clappers. Clapsticks in Moneygate. Sally Oldham in Moneygate, they were called clappers. Clapsticks. Oh, I'm talking about the inflatable ones. Just a word on officials. Big thank you from everybody here for all that. Officials halfway through. Day number 3, which is halfway through the competition in general. So thank you very much to all of the officials that take part in these events. You can see the referee Tom Blaster looking on, got his eye on everything that's happening down there. We've got some wonderful officials here for British Swimming, even if they're laughing in lane 0. Can't run these events without our volunteers and officials, so a big thank you to all of those from everybody here at British Swimming. Coming up to halfway in the second leg here of the second heat then. Taylor O'Rourke of Northampton is the lady in control of this one for now. Amelia Monahan, City of Peterborough. Very interested in the lead indeed in lane number 4. Just to the left of those two is Portland of Guildford in lane 6. The 1, 2, 3, but as we've already seen with Heat 1, just so many changes in the relays, it's great. Love a good relay. Judith Wilson says, well done Adam Wilson. Booked himself into the 400 IM final. Now focus on the 1500 metre free. Nothing like a big morning, isn't it? Brad Hammond says good luck to Amy and the rest of the University of Surrey squad who are competing here. Thank you very much. Keep those tweets coming, whether you're at home or whether you're up in the stands here at Ponds Forge, and keep those noise levels nice and high as well. Cheer on your teams here as we get going for the third leg. 4:16.06 in first is Peterborough. Northampton in second, 4:16.37. 4:19.53 is Isabel Bryan and Guildford in third position. Fourth is City of Birmingham. Imogen Viney goes for them. 5, Emily Conway. City of Manchester. That's the 1 to 5 as it stands. We're halfway through.
Well, Mia Leach is doing exactly what has been asked over here for City of Peterborough. Of course, a good look beforehand from Mackenzie Wyatt. Amelia Monaghan not going to waste it all. It will be Harriet Salisbury on the anchor leg for Peterborough to bring this one home in heat number 2. Of course, when you look at some of the contenders taking part as well in the final heat, good time really is required here in this one in order to be back in contention for a spot in the final later on tonight. It promises to be a really good one as well. Relays do not disappoint ever. It's pretty much a fact. As Mia Leach comes up now on her final stretch before she will hand over to Harriet Salisbury. Look at the rest of the pool as well, because the chase is really on in order to get second and third. It's all about getting those best times. It's always good to see teams so close together at this point in the race, because you know they're going to have to give it their all in the final 100 metre, particularly for the neutral as well. It always makes it exciting. In lane 6, Guildford City A making their change now into the pool is Tilly Hanson-Hamilton for them, and third spot right next to them in lane 5, Northampton and Lottie Shaw. And then you have to go a couple of lanes further towards the commentary position, and lane 3, City of Glasgow. Kenny Shanahan trying to make the inroads there. As all the teams now have got the swimmer that they believe has got enough about them to hold on, or maybe further, the position that their team is currently in. It's pretty simple for Peterborough, just hang on to what you have got, but Harriet Salisbury is going to have a lot of stiff competition on her hands going into the final 120 metres now. She's coming up towards the scoreboard then, the halfway point is nearing on her leg, but you can just see the team behind her really beginning to swamp forward now and crowd around. I'm sure they're attempting at least in lane 6, Guildford City. Tilly Hanson-Hamilton doing a really good job, and then it's been mirrored by Katie Shanahan of City of Glasgow in lane 3. Difficult task for Northampton and Lottie Shaw to hold on towards the front. And of course, what's so exciting about these is all these teams with the exact same age classification. They're all going for the exact same spot in tonight's final, and there's still one heat to go as well. They have to make sure they set the benchmark in order to scare some of those teams going into the third and final heat, which comes up straight after this one. City of Peterborough have done so well throughout this so far, but the lead they had around 300 metres ago is slowly being swallowed up by the teams either side of them. Lane 3, City of Glasgow and Katie Shanahan almost being sucked by a teammate up towards the scoreboard then as they come into the final 30 metres now. She's managed to get a bit of an advantage ahead of Guildford City, and Tilly Hanson-Hamilton, who is still battling hard into the final 25 metres from a battle between the Blue Cats. And Harriet Salisbury is slowing up here, and it's opportunity knocks for Katie Shanahan, who will take that with great pleasure as she comes in towards the wall, gets the fastest time for City of Glasgow, 8:35.35. Guildford City A have managed to pick the pocket of Peterborough with 8:36.42. Peterborough nevertheless very strong as a 4 and will get 8:36.74 as their time, and they will only be able to watch now and hope, as will the rest of the teams, as to how those in the final heat will do.
Pick the pocket of Peterborough. I bet you're glad your teeth are in one place. Good effort, mate. Heat 3. Lane 0 for this one is Newcastle Nobody in lane number 1 in case you're watching. Natari West London are in lane 2, Mount Kelly are in lane 3, Nova Centurion A are in lane 4. Lufio Clwyd are in 5, Senior Sheffield 6, Daventia Excel in 7, Portsmouth North Sea in 8, and Guildford City B are in Leyland. Good to see not only new faces in terms of the swimmers themselves, but new clubs as well. Atari West London, and coach Michael Jameson. Welcome to the British Summer Championships. They've got a good crop of youngsters as well. Yes, it's swimming for them. At the moment, the only leader in this one, Centurion A. Got a little issue with the scoreboard at the moment. It's looking like it's going to correct itself, so okay now. It's Freya Colburn as the man shouts, "Go on, Freya!" from the centre of the pool. That lady referred to as the pocket rocket, I believe. Freya Colburn. Team are solid here. It's 200 gone. Over Centurion A have the lead. Not all. It's now been set up for Daventia. Distinctive gold cap. Daventia takes to the front. Charlotte Hall. to Jane Applegate. She said, I finished my swim, went back to the hotel, I had my nap, and when I woke up, you guys were still going on the first session. Yep, that's our life. And that would be a fun thing. Nova and Lorenzo not being able to separate themselves too much here. In for Ontario West London. Kingsley Guildford on the far side. To the B. To the A, waiting in the lane 6. The last heat. Moving back down. Moving forward. Nova. Led. The changeovers every time. This is the key one. Got to bring it home. Amy Mead has done her job. She's just away here. Away in those last few metres, Jonathan. There's the changeover. Harmony Torrington will now try and chase Rebecca Fisher. Matt Kelly, now Kaylee Decker on the job as well. In fact, Decker already up onto the shoulders of Torrington. So Zarentia and Matt Kelly battling away. But Nova Centurion A look like they might have the best of this.
Well, there's an 8-second gap on paper between Nova Centurion and Nofio Club when you look at the entry times, but right now in the pool, even though the lead is in favour of Nova Centurion, it's certainly not as stark as that. In lane 3, Mount Kelly 8, one of the nearest rivals. Really have to venture excel. They've been there all along in lane 7, still trying to plug away up towards the top. It makes it a very interesting and exciting final 100 metres in store. Already coming towards the halfway point of this final anchor leg that Nova Centurion 8 are doing exactly what they need to do. Rebecca Fisher has seen the previous works from Freya Colbert, Annie Pearson and Amy Mead, and she does not want to let them down. And she's certainly, at the moment, doing what is required of her. Lane 3, Mount Kelly 8, Kaylee Decker is doing enough to bridge the gap between third and first. Maybe a bit of an emergency in lane 6 from City of Sheffield and Safira Gabani. And there's a danger that Venture Excel may be running out of a little bit of steam. Harmony Torrington just trying to hold on to third spot right now, but you can see that she's not really giving it that same sort of kick that those two in front of her are managing to yield. 50 metres to go then. The turn being made first by Nova Centurion and Rebecca Fisher. Looks as though they are set to be into tonight's final. They just have to see this one out into the final 25 metres now without any slip-ups. Lane 0, look at this, Madeline Hardigan, Newcastle, almost out of absolutely nowhere here, and I think she's going to catch Kelly Decker, get in front of her, and maybe get into second spot. This is a really, really good swim on the outside from Madeline Hardigan in the final 200. Nova Centurion have won it, and Newcastle, well, like a jack in a box, out of nowhere, 8:36.21. They are second, Mount Kelly 8 in third, 8:37.08, and we'll wait and find out if the rest of those finishing now have managed to do enough to get into tonight's final. Some cheers coming from poolside as Deventio and City of Sheffield came in as well. Just wait for the confirmation of those results. There may be a DQ in there as well. We'll wait and find out. But where that will be distributed, lane 8. And as you can see on the scoreboard now, and those results on the screen. Fantastic stuff from the women's 14 to 16-year-olds. Coming up will be the 17 years and over. Same event, 4x200 metre freestyle. Very shortly, we'll be heat number 1.
Just the 3 teams taking part in heat 1 of the 17 years and over 4x2. Winsford, Rolls, Amersham. With the best of the first 50. 30-21 from 30-85 and 33-21. Alison Winsford. Very early stages of this one. Lawrence now having the best of it as they come now towards the first of the changeovers. Lucy Hawley in second for Kingston Royals, and then it's Emily Riddick. Who's a bit in the dark in third position.
It's definitely much becoming a bit of a two-horse race this. Of course, just like the category, women's 14, 16-year-old. There are 3 heats involved in this. There's maybe an outside chance that one of these teams can try and get up towards that final, but of course it's all about slicing seconds off the personal bests, and those entry times, of course, are a good reflection of just where these teams are at right now. Kingston Royals on paper 10 seconds better than that of Hamersham. But Hamersham are faring the better of it, and that is credit to Harriet McGrath, and also, of course, going before her, Sophie Lawrence. So Tegan Leslie has a task on here. She's keeping her pace up pretty strongly with Harriet McGrath. That's all she can do right now. Doesn't seem to be great incentive from either of them to try and boom forwards through the water, or maybe they're both trying it and they're just doing it at the exact same speed. Who knows? Certainly trying to get back into contention. We're at Winsford. Thomas Yana Dean flying the flag for them. Seems like a heavy flag to bear right now. Let's see if Winsford can flip that around. Their time going into this difference of around 18 seconds between them and Kingston. As we get towards halfway now, and there's been a successful swim from Harriet McGrath, passing over to Lottie Preston House, who plunges into the pool. You can just see there how the gap now really opening up between the front two. So the chase on from Melina Williams of Kingston Royals. As she chased it already, she seems to be carefully taken with 2 hands. Becca Howman incidentally in the pool for Winsford. Chase is on. And they've got that stick quite a bit in front of them, but they know exactly what they need to chase in order to boost their time. And at the front, it's As You Were. It must be really frustrating at the moment for Kingston Royals as they watch on here. And particularly Marina Williams in the pool. She's swimming as good as she can, but it's just not enough right now to close down that void between her and Amersham's Lottie Preston Howe. She's really consolidated the foundations built previously from Harriet McGrath and, of course, Sophie Lawrence, not forgetting on the first set of 200 as well. So it's good that their work hasn't gone to waste. And now the pressure is on Amber Restle. And away she goes in the final 200 metres. Really strong intensity about the way that Lisa Borna of Kingston Royals has attacked just the first 25 metres of this 200-metre leg. And already it is a gap that is shrinking and gone. Amber Restle there, just taking a breath out of the water and looking to her side, and there she was, Lisa Borna. Surprise. Well, now she'll be swallowing her bubbles with the way that this one is going. Georgia Williams, incidentally, in for Winsford now. Doesn't look as if the gap between Winsford and the front two is going to change, but already in the first 100, Kingston Royals finally showing us the indicator of why, on paper, they have such a big gap between themselves and the other two teams in this heat. They've seemingly saved their golden nugget until last with Lisa Borna. And that lead's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, unless something miraculous happens from Amber Restle. Or something that's going borderline fatal for Lisa Borna. Maybe even an opportunity here for Winsford to press up and maybe give Amersham a late scare for second. This has been a brilliant leg from Lisa Borna, who's taken it right in her stride and made it look very easy as well. Sure, Kingston knew all along they had nothing to worry about. Last few strokes, head down, burst towards the wall. Lisa Borna and her teammates, Kingston Royal, have got 9:19.2 next to their name. That's nearly a whole 10 seconds off of their entry, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Amersham coming in now. They're going to have improved, not quite as much as 10 seconds, but a 2.5 will suit them just fine. And Winsford now embarking on their final throws. They can go a bit quicker than they've shown here, but nevertheless a spirited swim. 9:50.11 is the ending time for them. So heat number 1 is completed, and they are the scores on the screen. Up next, it is heat number 2. Six teams in the pool for heat number 2. Lane 1, City of Coventry. In 2 are Poole. And then lane 3, In 4, Wickham District A. Now lane 5. In 6, Hatfield. 7, Wigan Best. In 8, Hemel Hempstead. Even start between the 3 teams on the nearest side of the pool, going from 0 to 4 as we look. Pool ever so slightly ahead. In the pool for them right now is Theo O'Keefe. Elsewhere, City of Coventry have Eva Vickery in lane 1. Rachel Cox goes for Wickham District A in 4. In 6, Charlotte Stock of Hatfield. Wigan Best employing Matea J. Oliver on their first leg. And in 8, Louis Moore. Louise Moore, should I say, of Hemel Hempstead. Still Poole, the ones with the lead, but it's only by 700ths of a second on that latest turn, and City of Coventry definitely flying enough for those in yellow waiting at the starting blocks to embark on their leg, to feel as though the hard work is still yet to come. A lot of graft required here over the course of the 800 metres in total from each 4 of the swimmers and all the teams. And don't they just know about it? Really good changeover that from City of Coventry. Rebecca Wynne straight into the pool. And already beginning to develop a little bit of a lead. Kathleen Baker will be doing the chasing now. And the team who have been doing the chasing right from the off, Wickham District A. Caitlin Mackay. It seems to be a bit of a successful chase from them. They're making sure that TTs in front of them are not getting any further ahead. In all pink in lane 6, of course, a Hatfield. Sophie Quatch in for them after Shannon Stopp's stint in the first 200. And then just to the right of them, Wigan Best and Hannah Kelsall, nearly at the halfway point of her 200 metres. Wickham District doing well, and a good turn as well from Caitlin Mackay. Will that be a token of momentum? We are 100 metres away from the halfway point. Pool level now, the City of Coventry. Rebecca Wynne and Caitlin Barker staring each other in the face every time they come up for air. Pool actually getting a little bit better as this goes on. Maybe Rebecca Wynne a bit gung-ho too early as she came into the pool, of course, seeing how close it was between City of Coventry and Pool, and knowing that just a little bit of a push, you've got the Midlands team in front. It did momentarily, but I don't think it will by the end of this stint, particularly between Coventry and Pool. Wickham District have got a lovely buffer now, and Amelia Sansom at halfway will come in at a very nice time. There's pressure on Caitlin Mackay there at the start of that 200 metres, and she's wafted that pressure off her shoulders with great ease.
Halfway stage of 8-2 then, and Sansom of Wickham District might get a bit lonely as she sets off. It's a pretty decent lead, that. Keegan May Graham in for Paul. The Pool team in their yellow shirts are up on the balcony as ever. Hi, good morning, Paul. How you doing? Just noticed that some of the swimmers for Pool have got their names on the back, and then one of them has just got Paul, unless his name's Paul, obviously. But it's always good to see the teammates watching on. Tussle for a second. Hatfield with Laura Copping. Marginally behind Paul, just 500 of a second. In fact, a very good turn from Hatfield's copy. I'm sure the pool coaches will be noting turning practice down for Tegan May Graham there. Tegan certainly showing good strength. Those two leading the charge in behind Wycombe District A. Rebecca Hopper is the lady trying to drive on the Hemel Hempstead team. Just with the pace of this one in lane A. The 5 teams coming towards their final changeover. So Jemima Hall for Wycombe District A, who have a exactly 25-metre lead.
Don't forget, I've still got one more heat to come this morning, and that swim off as well, which has been a long time waiting in the wings. Then that slight break we'll have, then at 1:15 we'll be back for the men's 1500 metre freestyle, so make sure you're back for that. Get your lunch in quick. And we'll be underway with those heats. It will be a heat declared winner format where each will just have to swim it once. I say that's all they have to do, but of course a very arduous task. Doesn't get much tougher. So Wycombe District will win this heat. 30 metres from home, should I say. Paul still holding on to second, and it should remain the case all the way towards the wall. Hatfield have made a late burst to get into third position ahead of Lauren Cox and City of Coventry. And especially in this heat, with these teams not necessarily, all of them expected to get into the final tonight. These minor moments could make all the difference. Wycombe District A, and they've been consistent all the way through. 8:29.64 puts them in very strong stead indeed. It betters their entry time as well. Poole coming in there at 8:44.59, likewise an improvement for them from the time that got them here to Sheffield, and Hatfield on 8:49.86. They can swim better. Will they get the opportunity to do so later on? We shall find out. City of Coventry, incidentally, on 8:56.13 there, just slightly burning out towards the end, which was unfortunate. So did make it a decent start, but of course, sometimes you just have no control over what was going off in some of the other lanes. And Wycombe District 8, Rachel Cox, Caitlin Mackay, Amelia Sansom, Jemima Hall, very formidable indeed. Hatfield had Laura Copping and Amy Godsafety Cantlin in their second half. All just seems to be consistent all the way through, with Thea O'Keefe, Kathleen Baker, Tegan May Graham and Jasmine McRae as well. Hemel Hempstead touching in also. 9:41.6, Wigan Best 8:57.56. As that concludes heat number 2. Up next is the third and final heat, heat 3.
Tweets coming in as well. Tracy Copping said, watch out for the pink ladies in the 4x2 free relay. The Hatfield ladies is what she means by that. Teddington Swimming Club happy with Eddie's 400 IM. Well done, Eddie Hunt, qualifying for tonight's finals as well. You've still got a little bit of time to send your pictures in. Becky Hartley has done just that. You must be in the venue, so just to reiterate for those watching on the stream, you must be within inside Ponds Forge to enter this competition. Had some good pictures so far. All you need to do is make me or Jonathan laugh. Hashtag TYR, hashtag SummerChamps18. You can enter on Twitter or on Instagram. We don't mind.
So let's run you through the lineups then of the teams involved in this third and final heat of the women's 17 years and over 4x200 metre relay. Lane 0 are Rushmore Royals, Samantha Wilson going first for them. Lane 1, Exeter City and Katie Townsend. Lane 2, Barnet Copthall, Megan Byrne first up in the pool in lane 2. Lane 3 from Ealing for Lydia Britton. And 4, Stockport Metro and Alicia Hawkins. Abby Houston goes to City Sheffield first. She was in first on that last turn as well. Phoebe Griffiths for Ellesmere College Titans in 6th. The baton for City of Leeds being possessed right now by Sophie Hobart. Amy Buttle for Surrey University in 8th. And the Sterling flag being waved by Lauren Turnbull in lane 9. So those first changes now beginning to be made. Ealing now have flipped in front after it was City of Sheffield on the back 50 there. They seem to be just about ahead. I expect the pendulum to swing one way, then the other, then another direction, and then a fourth one, maybe even a fifth over the course of this race. And at the early indications, well, that will probably happen as well. We even have Ekaterina Avramova in there for them, doing the hard work right now, and the graph paying off. Around a body length's lead over second placed Stockport Metro, Katie Matz. We've already seen quite a lot this week. Do the business in the evening in the pool. We've been on the big screen as well with a very short and sweet interview with Stephen Jameson. And the Gosling of City of Sheffield now in third, hanging on, I'd say, a little bit with Barnet Copthall just on the tail end of Dan. Level with Barnet Copthall, you've got City of Leeds and Leah Crisp. He's always having a strong contingent in the female races. Their team made up of Sophie Hobart, we've already seen Crisp in there now, Ruth McEwen to come, and Kira Schlossman will be on their final 200. Some really strong squads in there actually, Stockport Metro as well. Names in there that will ring several bells from just the first 2 days of action alone, previous British Swimming Championships, and same to be said for City of Sheffield and Ellesmere College Titans. So, of course, in the 17 years over category, you're going to get that. Swimmers that have been here and done it many a time. And Ekaterina Avramova really taking to this well. I don't think she wants this swim to end with how well it was going, but it will see it past the book over now to Brodie Judge of Ealing. City of Leeds in second, Ruth McEwen getting a good change over that, and is that something she can build on? Stockport Metro with words to say about that. Elizabeth Harrison there now as part of this cross-Pennines rivalry. And as those two slog it out for seconds and try and do all they can to swallow up the lead that Brodie Judge possesses for Ealing. So there's Sheffield just taking their finger slightly off the pulse a wee bit. Annie Hall in there for them right now. I don't think she should be too threatened by the team to her right-hand side, Ellesmere College Titans, with Shannon Daligan in the pool, but they will certainly disagree with that. As you were, though, with Ealing and Brodie Judge. Will she be the decider of this race? After this, she will have Regina Boyle to hand over to try and bring it home. Stockport Metro and City of Leeds still even Steven at this stage. And they're coming to the red flags at more or less the exact same speed. Maybe Stockport Metro just have their nose in front here with Elizabeth Harris, but Ruth McEwen is battling away hard and making sure that the strong ground made up by Leah Crisp and Sophie Hobart previously is not going to go to complete waste. Certainly something there for Kira Slosson in the final 200 metres to compete with, but she will have to compete with Holly Hibbert of Stockport Metro. Ealing now are being completely roped back into it. Brodie Judge struggling and happily taking their spot of Stockport Metro and Elizabeth Harris right on cue, and that just seems to happen out of nowhere. Almost as if the tyre just punctured there for Brodie Judge. But now we're on to the final leg, and that trio at the front that have been there all the way through it still going to have to put in the hard yardage now. Stockport Metro then the pace setters. Holly Hibbert in the pool for them, and there's no one really you would rather in the pool for the team in the Royal Blue Caps. Charging forwards and trying to extend the lead that's been granted to the Northwest Club over the course of the last 100 metres or so, but you have to say that that lead had been plotted for the preceding hundreds of metres before that. Finally, the Ealing back is broken, and Stockport has seized the initiative. Leeds though are finding it a lot tougher to get through that syrup and up towards the front. In there, Kira Slosson, who is doing all she can. She's doing enough to hold off Yorkshire rival City of Sheffield in lane 5, who have Kate Clifton in the pool for them right now, but they're closer towards the teams behind them than Leeds in front of them. In fact, it may be an even split in that respect. 100 metres to go though for Stockport Metro, and Holly Hibbert representing all that is good about Stockport and why they should be serious contenders for the final tonight. It looks as if they'll get there, certainly if they win this heat, with the sort of time they'd have to get, because the teams behind them are certainly not letting themselves down. Ealing and Leeds are giving it all they've got. At the moment though, it's just not enough. City of Sheffield, that they've got enough to dart up forwards, with Kate Clifton trying to make inroads here, but progress not really being made. However, as I said before, she's making sure that Ellesmere College Titans and Olivia Gardner right now in lane 6 are not sneaking up the outside out of nowhere. I think they're going to run out of Paul Ellesmere College Titans to get as far as 5th, but of course time is important. Time is all that matters, but you don't want many teams finishing in front of you, because they're going to get a better time than you. Stockport and Holly Hibbert are not going to get anyone with a better time than them. Coming in now then, the time will be just over 8:20, will it? Just under 8:19. 4:08 for Stockport Metro. Very successful swim, comprehensive stuff as well from Ealing, despite a little wobble just at the start of this 200 metre spell. 8:26.07 their time. And City of Leeds on 8:28.77 do get third ahead of City of Sheffield. Still a few teams yet to come in, so I'll have a look around at how Ellesmere College Titans did. 8:36.45 was their time. Barrett Copthall recording 8:44.8. Again, then likewise really too, Ellesmere College Titans not really being able to go that extra distance towards the top, but it still might be enough to get in the final. Of course, Heat 2 was so competitive, that cannot be a given. Exeter City, 8:57.46. And Rushmere Royals as well there on 9:07.72. So a couple finishing on the far side now. University of Surrey, 9:14.3. And Sterling and Rebecca Matthewson coming in with a time that will be under 9:30 by quite a bit, 9:26.65. So that completes the scheduled events for the morning session. Of course, the swim-off have been building up towards all morning, it seems, since I think it was 13 minutes past 9.
I've personally reached fever pitch.
And then, of course, after this, we will have a bit of a break before the 1500 metre freestyle as well. So not long until we get the green light to go with the swim-off. And not long to go, of course, with the competition as well for that tier bagpack.
Yeah, you've got until the end of the 1500 metres to enter that competition. Anybody can enter. Doesn't matter who. Just send us a funny picture, but only if you are in attendance of Ponds Forge. If you're watching on the live stream at home and you're not planning on visiting Ponds Forge, you can't enter, but you can't come and get your prize.
So away we go then in the swim-off. These two swimmers, multi-class swimmers, in different classifications as well, so they got the exact same points earlier on today. Not the exact same time, the exact same points. So again, this will be a case of waiting for both of them to come to the wall before we can distinguish who exactly has got the better than the other. Abby Kane, 31.53 on that split. Their S13 swim, the S13 world record is quicker than that of the S10. So we would expect Abby Kane to come in first. Question will be, how much will the gap be between Kane touching in and then Johnston? And that is where we'll get that difference in points as well. So Abby Kane, all eyes on those points. 6.74. Beth Johnston, 6.30. Just missing out there. And Abby Kane has managed to do it in the swim-off. And a healthy round of applause as well to round things off there for part one of the morning session.
Can we have a coach or representative of the City of Sunderland to the commentary position, please? That's a coach or representative of the City of Sunderland to the commentary position at the top of the stand opposite the spectators. Thank you.
So we thank our officials who may now leave the poolside, who already have left the poolside. And they obviously want to get their lunch before it goes cold. They haven't got much time to eat it because we'll be back at 1:15 promptly for the 1500 metre freestyle.
So just again, a coach or representative of the City of Sunderland to the commentary position immediately, please. Thank you.
And so myself and Alan will see you back here at 1:15 for all the excitement of the 1500.